1071 Sports. You can find us there. You can also find us by just searching up 11A football quarterfinals, number 2 Jamestown versus number 7 Grand Forks Central. This is what it's all about, postseason football here on 1071 and KNOX in Grand Forks. Glad that you are with us. Again, Jaron Matheny here on the Gym and KNOX in Grand Forks, as well as Jamestown 1071 Sports on YouTube. Well, the Blue Jays and Knights meeting up for the second time this year. Let's take a look back at the first meeting between these two sides as Jamestown, the reigning state champs, number 2 once again this year based on the QRF, taking on a number 7 Grand Forks Central team that is in the postseason for the first time in 15 years. 2007 was the last time that Grand Forks Central made it to the postseason, and now here they are tonight looking to knock off the reigning state champions in order to move on to next week. So the Blue Jays and Knights, they played once already here at Hansen Stadium this season. Jamestown trailed by 13 points in the second quarter. They were down by 7 at halftime, and then everything changed. Jamestown scored on that first drive coming out of the half. They got a safety, and then the rails just kind of fell off for Grand Forks Central, but that loss gave Central a lot of hope going forward. They knew that they really were in the game with the best team in Class A from a season ago. They were in that entire game with a few mistakes that go a different way. Central had a chance to win that game here in Jamestown almost 6 weeks ago now. The Knights since then have been a lot better, and down the stretch winning 4 games in total this year. They beat Valley City in double overtime and then went and beat Devil's Lake to get into the postseason. They get into the postseason and jump Dickinson from number 8 to number 7, and that's why they're playing here in Jamestown tonight. Let's take a look at the 11A and AA brackets for this evening. Fargo South is the number 1 team in 11A. They are facing Dickinson tonight, first meeting between those two sides this year. Valley City takes on Fargo North at home. That game being live, and you can hear it on KOVC with Ryan Cunningham. Valley City number 4, Fargo North number 5. That's the first meeting for those two sides this year. Jamestown and Grand Forks Central, the 2 and 7 matchup, and then Red River is taking on Wahpeton at home. Second meeting this year between those two sides. Red River won 44-20 at Wahpeton earlier this season. AA bracket, West Fargo Cheyenne is the number 1 team. They're taking on number 8 Century this evening. Second meeting for those two sides. Cheyenne won 41-14 at Century. That game's going to be played in West Fargo tonight. Legacy against Davies in Bismarck. Legacy just beat Davies last week 21-14. Mandan hosting West Fargo for the first time this year, and Shanley hosts Minot for their first game of the season as well. Central's first postseason game in 15 years, a 3-game winning streak for the Knights after that 49-28 victory over Devil's Lake last week. And Central, they have not won a playoff game since the state championship in 2005. Certainly a lot on the line here this evening, and 2 of the best quarterbacks in the state of North Dakota are going to be squaring off tonight. Peyton Hochhalter and Dylan Lamont. You'll hear those two, their names all night long, as Jamestown and Central, like I said, 2 of the best quarterbacks in the entire state and 2 of the best passers in 11A this year. Lamont over 2,000 yards. Hochhalter's knocking on the door of 2,000 yards passing so far this season. We caught up with Blue Jay football head coach Bill Nelson before the game today, about 6 hours ago, talking with Coach Nelson as they got prepared for this one this week, what practice was like, how they're feeling health-wise for Jamestown. He says this is probably the healthiest they've been since week 1 of the season, and looking forward to the second matchup between the Knights and Blue Jays. Let's hear from Coach Nelson. When we return, we'll have kickoff here from Jamestown and Hansen Stadium. Blue Jays and Knights, number 2 versus number 7. 11A postseason quarterfinal action is coming up after this interview with Coach Nelson. Blue Jay football head coach Bill Nelson now joins us on the pregame show. We are officially into the postseason, Coach. So how has practice been this week, and how are you guys doing health-wise leading into the postseason with Grand Forks Central coming to town?
You know, from a practice standpoint, kids, we had a really, really good week of practice. Kids were locked in. They were focused. They know what's at stake. Obviously, went through the gamut last year, you know, and a lot of these guys got to experience that, you know, and the older kids are helping lead the younger guys through it. And practice is where you get better. You know, it's not games. I don't care what anybody says. It's practice is where you get better, because you don't, you know, it's not like you're playing 8 million games. So games the games that have special points, but you got to get better in practice. You got to be there, and you rep things and you rep things and you rep things and you see things, and over and over and over again. And then come Friday night, it hopefully becomes just simple muscle memory. So the attitudes were good. They were crisp. They were intense. There was some hitting going on, but within the realm of being smart about things. You know what I'm saying? From a health standpoint, we're probably as healthy as we've been since early on. Both Tukezi and Noah are back. Noah's going to start at corner with Nate tonight, and then Tukezi's not going to start, but he will play just get him comfortable back there again. But he'll definitely see reps back there too. But there's possibility Aiden could roll to corner, and we play with Tui and Peyton. We'll see how it goes. So that's you have a pretty tall secondary. You know what I mean when it goes to that standpoint. So some long safeties, and they want to throw the ball. There's no hiding that. But and then yesterday we got word Levi Trevitek is back. He'll dress tonight. He won't get to play, but that's a large young man that played a lot of minutes for us against the Red River, early on that first game, and then he had a tibia fracture, and he's back. And then got Thomas Newman back this week. He's been practicing, and he did a phenomenal job on scout team. He played a tight end spot that we'll see tonight, and he mimicked him all week. It just was outstanding. So getting those guys back, that obviously helps things, and more bodies are always better. And last week we were probably as close to old school Ironman football as it was. I mean, we had 7 or 8 guys playing both ways, and you like to, but we had the thing that you're not going to get tired tonight. You can't get tired, and the kids willed through and gutted it out. And, you know what I mean? And so it's going to be another challenge tonight, a different kind of challenge, but a good challenge. So our kids are, like I said, they're mentally locked in, focused, and excited to see them here this afternoon when they get to the shack or get to the locker room and final preparations. Well, it's not preparations. You better be ready by now. So.
Right. Yeah, ready to go for this evening. And you get Grand Forks Central for the second time this season. Central came in, had a really nice first half of play against you guys, and then you kind of ran away with the game in the second half. You go back and look at that game. What are you keying in on this week with Dylan Lamont and Peyton Hochhalter, probably the 2 top QBs in the state facing off this week?
They want to throw the ball. They're going to run it enough just to keep you honest. And who knows? I could say that right now, and they can come out and run 8 straight run plays. And they're everybody always has a wrinkle, as we talked about all the time, and who their playmakers are, and they've got a number of them. We got to worry about us and do our job. Be assignment sound on both sides of the ball, and we were kind of reeling up front on the offensive line side. We've made some changes, and I really like where we're sitting at. And you put, man, we got Peyton in the run game, and Aiden's healthy. Aiden got hurt in like a series and a half in that game. We didn't have Gage up front, so and guys are just getting more settled in and more locked into their positions, and it's one where it's playoff football. You better be ready to go. They're going to throw punches. We're going to throw punches. It should be a great football game. At this point, I don't care. We've talked about it all week too. It doesn't matter who won the first game. It means absolutely nothing. They're playing very well. They're doing some really, really good things, all 3 phases of the game. But you know what? We are too. So excited to get this one underway. There's no doubt about it. It's been a long. I don't want to say it's a long week because the preparation is the best part about it. You know what I mean? And this is just hopefully the icing on the cake tonight.
Hopefully so. Coach, you talked about that offensive line and the changes up front. We've seen Von Romsdahl take a spot on that old line as well for your team. What was it about those changes that you think have pushed this team forward in the trenches on the offensive side of the ball?
They're just all getting comfortable. Bo jumped in. We moved Colin out to tackle. I think it was after the Central game, and Bo took over at center, and Bo was a little bit more consistent with snaps. Well, then he had some troubles and a little shoulder thing and whatever, and he airmailed 2 of them last week. And obviously Peyton's pretty long and can jump pretty well, and he sent 2 of them into the stratosphere, and it's like, what was going on, and so coaches made the change and put Vaughn in there, and Vaughn did a heck of a job. He jumps in, and Vaughn's eager, and he's a sponge, and he's just willing to learn, and then Jack Van Berkom just slowly continues to get better and better and better. And now we got Bo and Ethan at guards, and that was the week we played them together. That didn't work very well. Mm-hmm. You know, they whether it's a communication, they're close. That whole group is close, but Bo, it didn't work well with those two on the same side. And now we've got Collins just keep getting better and better and better at tackle, and we ran the ball pretty darn good that second half. Yes. You know what I mean, against North, and that was with Vaughn at center and Bo and Ethan at guards, and so it's exciting. They're gelling and they're getting better, and and the rest of the group's getting there. Aiden was getting closer to healthy, and seeing him run the ball like he's able to, and it's just, it's another thing. Josh will spell him when he needs to, and then you add Peyton in the mix. When your quarterback can run the ball in the run game, now the defense is one short. And if Peyton's going to get downhill fast like he's capable of getting to, I mean, that's a problem. So like I said, our pass game just continues to grow and evolve, and guys are learning their routes and starting to see, and you can't just run to a spot. You got to read what the defense is giving you. So it's exciting, but on the flip side, they do a lot of really good things offensively, and we've got to make sure that where their playmakers are at, and responsibilities got to be keyed in. And so, they look a little different. We look a little different. So it's going to be a fun one, no doubt.
Absolutely, Coach. We'll wrap things up with this. Dylan Lamont on the other side, most passing yards in Class A on the eastern side of things, and then they've got some receivers that are very talented, like you talked about. How you go about trying to slow down this offensive attack as they try to go aerial, you expect anyway, against you guys here this evening?
Well, we'll just say the defensive staff and Coach Frank and Schwantz and Shrink and Breitbach, they've been at it pretty tight for the last week. Well, since Saturday morning when we found out, you know what I mean? So we got a good game plan in. They're probably going to see a few things that they haven't seen, and that's hopefully what we're going to do with them is, are you going to completely stop them? Probably not, but we got to slow them down and not let them have long drives, and, try to limit possessions, and on the flip side of that, make sure our offense is good, sustained drives and taking care of the ball. And, they've taken advantage of some opportunities that have been given to them. So it's going to be a fun. You see two teams that like.
It's head coach Bill Nelson here on the pregame show. Jamestown 107.1 AM 1400, online at newsdakota.com. We're streaming with video on our Jamestown 107.1 Sports YouTube page tonight, courtesy of JRMC Orthopedics and Sports Medicine, Johnny B's Brickhouse, and Gun and Reel Sports. Without those three wonderful sponsors, the video feed would not be available for this evening. We're also live on KNOX in Grand Forks. Glad that you are with us as the Blue Jays won the toss, deferred to the second half. Grand Forks Central will get the ball first to start this game. 11A quarterfinal action between Jamestown and Central. Number 2 Blue Jays, your reigning state champions. The defense is on full swing tonight. Other side, Central, it's been 15 years since they made the postseason, and it's been 17 years since they got a win in the postseason. That was the state championship and a victory in the state title game back in 2005. Louis Gelberg will tee it up for Jamestown. Central sending 2 deep to receive. Simmers and Dylan Washington are the 2 deep men for Central. White and maroon for the Knights. Blue and white for Jamestown. We are underway with quarterfinal action in the 11A playoffs. Taken in by Simmers. He'll run up towards the left side. Barrels forward across the 35-yard line. Good start for Central. Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification. You're listening to Blue Jay football against Grand Forks Central in the 11A playoffs here on 107.1 and KNOX.
Your home for the Jamestown Blue Jays. AM 1400 KQDJ Jamestown and 107.1 K296 HH Jamestown.
So Central starts with the football, first down and 10 for the Knights after a return across the 35-yard line. Dylan Lamont, one of the best quarterbacks in the state of North Dakota, will start in the shotgun set. His tailback, Jaden Hakey, who's one of the best defensive players in the EDC this year. Simmers in motion from right to left. He'll stop, go back out to the right side. Lamont takes it, hands off to Hakey, and Jamestown is in there almost immediately. Preston Gall and Harstead are in on the stop for the Blue Jays. So a nice start for Jamestown, a gain of a yard for Hakey. Second down and 9 upcoming for Grand Forks Central. Dylan Lamont, the only passer on the eastern side of the state to go for over 2,000 yards this year. Two teams that, in theory at least, want to throw the football a lot. Could make for a very long game this evening. We'll just have to see if that is the case. Back to the shotgun. Hakey is to the left of Lamont. 3 receivers right side. Drop back to pass. Pressure picked up nicely. Lamont rolling right side. Looking, nowhere to go. Now throws at the last second, and this one is going to be out of bounds. Looking for Leo Strandell. Strandell may have been able to actually hang on to that football, but he was out of bounds when he made contact with it, made the catch. So Lamont starts 0 for 1. It's third down and 9 for Central. Left hash at the 39-yard line. Blue Jays down front. Ethan Gall anchors that defensive line with Bo Nelson. Connor Eady lined up at the nose tackle. That linebacking core has been great for Jamestown this year with Gall, Walters, Harstead, and Muse. Muse lines up against a receiver here. Lamont passing. Going to air it out right side of the field. Jump ball up into the air, downfield, and it's hauled in by Simmers. Made the play against Meisner, and Jack Simmers puts Central inside the red zone. Big strike for Dylan Lamont. So Lamont with a pass of 42 yards to Simmers. And the Knights have first and 10 in the red zone for the first time today. We saw the first time that these two teams met, a very, very close game in the first half that Central led at the break. Jamestown found a way to come back in the second half. Coach Nelson talking about the fact that we really haven't seen 4 full quarters of football from the Blue Jays this year. Barta is in the backfield to the left of Lamont. Hakey to his right. They'll give to Hakey. He runs left side off his guard. Hakey up to the 15-yard line, a gain of 3 yards. Second down and 7 for Grand Forks Central. Again, glad you're with us here on Jamestown 107.1. Our Jamestown 107.1 Sports YouTube page is where you can watch this game tonight, courtesy of JRMC Orthopedics and Sports Medicine, Johnny B's Brick House, and Gun & Reel Sports. Again, without those great sponsors, this broadcast is not possible tonight. Thanks for joining us on KNOX in Grand Forks as well. 2 minutes into the first quarter of play, we're scoreless between the Knights and the Blue Jays. 11A quarterfinal action, the reigning state champs and the team that's getting to the playoffs for the first time in 15 years. What a way to start. 15-yard line inside the red zone for Central. Second down and 7. Play clock down to 4. Lamont takes the snap. Dropping back to pass. Continues to drop back. Throws left. Simmers hauls it in, but Jackson Walters is on his back. And it's just a gain of 2 yards for Simmers off the completion from Lamont. Third down and about 6 upcoming for Central. Jack Simmers made the move from running back to receiver, and boy, has it paid off for the Knights this year. Simmers led the EDC in receiving, now up to 41 catches, over 600 yards, and 5 touchdowns on the year. Approaching 9 minutes to go in the first quarter. Opening drive for Central. Third down and 6 inside the 15-yard line of Jamestown. Motion from Barta left to right. Lamont on the snap. Pressure coming, and Jamestown may have been in the neutral zone on the snap. It is encroachment on the Blue Jays. Let's hear it from our head official this evening. I'll check into the sideline maybe. Pretty quiet, but encroachment is the call. Muse just got into that neutral zone for Jamestown. And it's a free 5 yards for Central, third down and 1. And Central moves up to the 8-yard line on the left hash. Good opening drive for the Knights. 42-yard completion from Lamont to Simmers. 3 receivers right, 1 to the left. Leo Strandell on the left side. And Jamestown jumped again. That's been a big key. The Blue Jay defense has not done a real good job this year of staying onside. They've jumped many times, and this will give half the distance to the goal and an automatic first down for Central. Move from the 8 to the 4-yard line, and it's first and goal for the Knights. Grand Forks Central's got a really nice student section that's made the drive on the far side of the field. Jamestown student section off on the right side. Haven't had a lot to cheer about so far. We'll check in with a second member of our crew, Kevin Gall, throughout the evening here tonight. Shotgun set, two tailbacks. Give is for Hakey, right side. Ethan Gall wraps him up and a loss of a yard for Hakey. Well, Jamestown backed up in goal to go here on defense on this opening drive for Central. Nearly 4 minutes gone in the first quarter. Second down and goal, and just a half yard back, still inside the 5-yard line. Senior quarterback Dylan Lamont, senior Jaden Hakey, Jack Simmers a junior. Those three guys kind of anchor this offense. Caden Johansson's in the backfield to the left of Lamont. Hakey is to his right. Snap, Lamont rolling right side. Pressure coming. Jamestown going to force a throw up into the air, and this one will go through the back of the end zone. Jamestown went up and made a play, but it won't matter. Nate Walls in coverage. Incompletion from Lamont. It's third down and goal from the 4-yard line. Lamont checks to the sideline for Central. Third and goal for the Knights from the Jamestown 4-yard line. Ball situated more towards the middle of the field. 7:43 first quarter. Lamont, big pass to Jack Simmers for 42 yards on a 3rd down and 9. Puts Central in this spot, and then they got a couple of offsides penalties on Jamestown, and now head coach Bill Nelson wants a timeout for the Blue Jays before this upcoming play on 3rd and goal for Grand Forks Central. The Knights 3rd and goal at the Jamestown 4-yard line when we return in 30 seconds with more Blue Jay and Knights football. It's the 11A quarterfinals here on 107.1 and KNOX. Back in 30 seconds.
No matter where you live, you should have access to high-quality health care. Jamestown Regional Medical Center's orthopedic and sports medicine team offers care for hips, shoulders, knees, and toes. When an injury occurs, teams need care quickly. That's why the JRMC orthopedic team promises same-day and next-day appointments. Schedule direct at jrmcnd.com or call 952-4878.
Jamestown Regional Medical Center will never stop building for you.
Scoreless in the first quarter, but Central driving on their opening possession. Jaron Matheny, glad to be with you here on Jamestown 107.1 AM 1400 and KNOX in Grand Forks. We're also streaming with video on our Jamestown 107.1 Sports YouTube page. That's courtesy of Johnny B's Brick House, Gun and Reel Sports, as well as JRMC Orthopedics and Sports Medicine. Without those three great sponsors, this broadcast is not possible on the video side of things for this evening. 3rd down and goal from the 4-yard line. Central out of the timeout for Jamestown. Blue Jays didn't like what they saw defensively, so they call timeout, and now Lamont in the shotgun with Hakey to his left. Two receivers either side of the formation for the Knights. 3rd down and goal from the 4-yard line. Lamont snap. Throws right side. Simmers is open, and he is in. 6th touchdown of the year receiving for Jack Simmers, and Central strikes first. 3 grabs for Simmers on that drive. And the Knights, again, in the playoffs for the first time in 15 years, score on their opening drive. Now a funky formation to start. Everybody will come together for the extra point. Ross Wilbur, the junior, to attempt the PAT. Lamont will do the holding. Point after for Wilbur. Straight through the uprights, and Central scores on their first drive from scrimmage, 7-0. The Knights are in front of Jamestown with 7 minutes and 39 seconds to go in the first quarter of play. Jack Simmers with 3 catches and 48 yards receiving and a touchdown on the first drive for Central, and that'll get the Knights fired up on the far side of the field. A really nice opening drive for Grand Forks Central to start this game. Exactly what you're looking for if you're a Knights fan here this evening. Jamestown will get the football for the first time on offense. Quarterback Peyton Hochhalter will get his first chance to run the show on the other side. Said it in the pregame show coming in to play tonight. Talked about it with Coach Nelson. You could argue that these are the top 2 quarterbacks in the state of North Dakota. I don't think there's any argument that inside of Class A, these aren't the top 2 quarterbacks. You get outside of Class A, it might be a little bit different story when you go up to Double A and Class B, but it just feels like these are 2 guys who can really air it out. That deep ball for Simmers, I expect Hochhalter to do the same sort of thing for Jamestown. Will Burr tees it up. Central kicking off from right to left. Jorison and Meisner are back deep to receive. Be interested to see if Jamestown forces a punt, if Caleb Shealy will be out there again tonight for the Blue Jays, or if Meisner returns to that punt formation. Meisner gets this at the 10-yard line, fakes the handoff for Jorison, running right side of the field. It's actually Aiden Braun on the return. Open space for Braun. He cuts towards the sideline across the 45, and at midfield is where Jamestown will start with their opening drive. Great kick return for Aiden Braun. We haven't seen him back there this year in kick return, but the Blue Jays drawing up everything at the right time here tonight. It's one of those things where Aiden was injured in this game. Jamestown feels like they finally got a healthy lineup once again. First down and 10 from midfield on the right hash for the Blue Jays. Shotgun set for Hochhalter. Braun is his tailback to the left. Hochhalter snap, roll out left side, quarterback designed run. He'll cut inside, pick up 10 yards. Open space for Hochhalter, past the 20, and he's tripped up inside the 15-yard line. Ball comes out at the end, but Hochhalter is down at the 10-yard line. A rush of 40 yards on the first play for the Blue Jays on offense. Hochhalter takes it up the left side, followed his guard and tackle, and then cut back into the middle of the field. It'll be first down and goal for the Blue Jays. I'll actually mark the football back about a yard and a half. First and 10 from the 11 instead. 7 minutes to go, first quarter. Hochhalter checks his wristband. Braun is to his left, motion across the left from Jorison. They'll give to Braun instead. He runs up the middle. Aiden Braun, legs churning into the end zone. Touchdown, Blue Jays. 2 plays, 50 yards, and Jamestown's a point after away from tying this one up. First carry for Aiden Braun after he set up that drive with a big kick return. Braun rushes in from 11 yards out, and Jamestown scores just like that. Just took the Blue Jays 45 seconds to go down the field and put up 6 points. Sarah Sletto is on to attempt the point after. Ryan Kallenbach holding. Aiden Heinley snaps. And now Central looks like they were in the neutral zone. Somebody jumped. It appeared to be on the night side of things. And now Jamestown is going to rush their offense back out there with it at the 1-yard line. So half the distance to the goal on the encroachment penalty against Central, and now the Blue Jays will go for 2 to try and take the lead here in the first quarter. Don't be shocked to see Hochhalter just keep this. Empty set, bunched up on the right side for the Blue Jays. Got lots of blockers that way. Hochhalter runs it straight towards the pile, dives forward, and it looks like he's in. He is. 2-point conversion is good for Jamestown. Peyton Hochhalter, what a drive for the senior quarterback. And Jamestown leads 8-7 with 6:51 to go in the first quarter. We'll step aside for 30 seconds. More postseason football is coming your way after this 30-second break here on 107.1 and KNOX.
Enjoy the rustic Frontier Fort Bar, Grill, and Gift Shop. The gift shop is open year-round with North Dakota tourism gifts and unique jewelry. And for a true Dakota Territory dining experience, the Frontier Fort Grill is open from 4 to 9 Monday through Saturday. Every Thursday night, get a rack of ribs, fries, coleslaw, and toast for just $9.95. And their legendary prime rib is served on Fridays and Saturdays. Dine in or call for takeout at 252-7492. The Frontier Fort, on the road to the Buffalo, Jamestown.
AM 1400 KQDJ Jamestown and 107.1 K296HH Jamestown.
8-7, Jamestown leads Central with 6 minutes and 51 seconds to play in the opening quarter. Jaron Matheny, glad you're with us on 107.1 and KNOX, as well as our Jamestown 107.1 Sports YouTube page. If you're joining us there, we appreciate it. Appreciate our sponsors for making this broadcast possible. Jelberg's boot is into the air. 2 drives on offense for each team and 2 touchdowns. Simmers on the return. He's chopped down at about the 28-yard line. Central will start with the football on the UJ logo here at Hansen Stadium. Just the second year of this beautiful turf field. And the Blue Jays have taken care of home turf since they've moved here to Hansen Stadium. 5-0 this year, lost just once last season when they played Mandan. That was a come-from-behind victory for the Braves a year ago. Dylan Lamont and the Central offense back on the field at the 28-yard line. In the shotgun, Lamont back to pass. Looking left side, throws it behind his intended receiver and incomplete. He was looking for Cole Barta. 2nd down and 10. We saw on the first action for Central on that opening drive on the 3rd down and long, Lamont throwing it deep, and Simmers in single coverage down the field, able to go up and get it. Simmers is on the left side with 3 receivers for Central. 1 receiver to the right, now motion from Simmers left to right. We'll go across the formation. Lamont looking to throw a little bubble screen right side. Jamestown snuffs it out, and Nate Walls and Harstead throw down Simmers after a loss of 3 yards. Blue Jays were ready for that action on the bubble screen to the far side of the field, and it's now 3rd down and 13. 7-0 Grand Forks Red River on top of Wahpeton. That game in the first quarter. We are midway through the first quarter here at Hansen Stadium. 8-7 Jamestown leads Central. Back in the shotgun for Lamont. Hakey is to his left, trying to motion some receiver. Now in motion is Simmers. Snap at the 1 second mark. Pressure on Lamont. He escapes it, runs up the middle, and then he meets Ethan Gall, who drops him for a loss of 2 yards. So Lamont got through the initial pressure, but Ethan Gall takes him down. Sack and a loss of 2, and the Blue Jays will force the first punt of the game. And speculated earlier, it is Caleb Shealy out there for Jamestown. He's the up man. Jorison, the deep man, as Wilbur lines up to punt. Central did have some troubles in that first meeting. A lot cleaner here. Shealy calls for the fair catch, fields it at the 46-yard line. Great work by Caleb Shealy, and Jamestown has the football in good starting position once again. Blue Jays 8, Central 7, 5 minutes and 18 seconds to go in the first quarter. Well, the Jamestown offense, you figured the way they run it and the way things have been pretty much all year, they would give it to Peyton Hochhalter, let him throw the ball around the field on the first drive, but instead Hochhalter, first play, ran it for 40 yards, and then Aiden Braun from 12 yards out scored. Jamestown converts on the 2-point conversion. Empty set, Hochhalter, motion right to left from Jorison. They'll pass out right side for Jackson Walters. Screen set up towards the middle. Walters cuts across the field, left side. Open room for Jackson Walters as he crosses the 40-yard line. He's got the first down across the 30, and then Walters pushed out of bounds. Jackson Walters, nice, easy completion, and a Blue Jay first down as Walters picks up 25 yards. So across midfield for Jamestown and up to the Central 33-yard line on the left hash. Two receivers rather to the left, and Central jumping. Were they induced, or is this going to be another encroachment? Both teams struggling with the encroachment penalty. We've seen 2 from each side early on in this one. 5 minutes, 8 seconds, first quarter. It's now first down and 5 for Jamestown on offense at the Central 28-yard line. Jack Simmers with a touchdown catch for the Knights. Aiden Braun with the touchdown rush, and then Hochhalter gets the 2-point conversion. 8-7 Jamestown. Motion from Jorison. They'll hand it to him on the jet sweep. Right side this time. He cuts upfield. Open space, and Jorison wrapped up at the 20. That's probably a touchdown saving tackle there for Eric Pay, but it's a first down for Jamestown. 8-yard carry for Jorison. And they like to run that action on the sweep for the Blue Jays. Just outside the red zone, first down and 10. On the right hash, Braun beside Hochhalter. Give is to Braun. Left side cuts into the middle, and Aiden Braun tumbles down after a gain of 8. So the holes are opening up on that front line for the Blue Jays. Coach Nelson talking about a couple of changes they've made up front this year. Jack Van Berkom, Bo Nelson, Von Romsdahl, Ethan Gall, and Colin Conway from left to right on that offensive line. Romsdahl newly positioned as the center. 2nd down and 2. The central 12-yard line for Jamestown. Back to the shotgun. Hard count for Hochhalter. Now on 2. Gives to Braun. Counter to the right side. Braun able to pick up the 1st down. And 5 yards for Aiden Braun. It's 1st down and goal for the Blue Jays. Kuznia in on the tackle as we tick under 4 minutes to play in the opening quarter. Jamestown 8, Central 7. We've got a great crowd on hand tonight. Blue Jay fans directly below us. All the seats filled in pretty much from the student section all the way towards the middle school section as Hochhalter scrambles, left side throw for Walters. Just a little bit too hot on the pass for Peyton. Incomplete. 2nd down and goal from the 7 upcoming for Jamestown. Glad you're with us here in Jamestown on 107.1 AM 1400. You can always listen at newsdakota.com as well, our Jamestown 107.1 Sports YouTube page. And for those of you in Grand Forks joining us on KNOX, we appreciate you being here this evening as well. Ball placed on the right side of the field for Jamestown. Jorison and Nate Walls are receivers to the left. Tight ends on the right side, Walters and Preston Gall. Braun in the backfield, shotgun for Hochhalter. Motion from Jorison. Snap is a little bit high, taken in by Braun. He runs right side up to the 5-yard line, kept the legs moving, and then tried to tumble his way over his defender to get a couple extra yards. He's down to the 3, a pickup of 4 for Braun. That's now 3rd down and goal for Jamestown. Red River up 14-0 on Wahpeton in the 1st quarter. So quickly, the Rough Riders taking care of Wahpeton. Hochhalter on the keeper, and a nice stop by this Central defense. They caught him at the line of scrimmage, pushed him back. First one there is Chance Colgrove. So Colgrove tackles Hochhalter, makes it 4th down and goal for Jamestown from the 4-yard line. So biggest play so far early on tonight. Shotgun set for Hochhalter. 2 receivers left, tight ends to the right. They'll run left side. Hochhalter fakes the pass, trying to get forward towards the end zone, falls, and he gets in. Peyton Hochhalter somehow got into the end zone for Jamestown. He was met right at the line of scrimmage, faked that throw to the left side to Braun, and then put his foot in the ground and spun into that Jamestown end zone for 6 points. Hochhalter, 4-yard touchdown on 4th down and goal. And now Sarah Sletto to attempt the point after. Heinley snap, Kallenbach hold. Sletto, point after. Sneaks inside the right upright, and Jamestown leads 15-7 in the 1st quarter with 2 minutes and 36 seconds to go. Central will have the football when we return from this 30-second break on 107.1 here in Jamestown and KNOX in Grand Forks.
Two Rivers Printing is your local source for anything printed on paper. As a full-service print shop, they offer quick print services for all kinds of posters, flyers, and business forms. They also print banner signs, invitations, cookbooks, thank you cards, and more. They can also do wide format printing in matte, gloss, blueprints, and vinyl. With decades of experience, you know it will be done quickly and done right. Call Two Rivers Printing at 251-1266 at the end of 10th Street in Jamestown.
Blue Jays scoring on their first 2 offensive drives. It's 15-7. Jamestown in front of Central with 2 minutes and 36 seconds to go in the 1st quarter. Hochhalter with a touchdown rush and Aiden Braun with a touchdown rush for the Blue Jays. Gelberg kicks it away once again. Simmers on the return. Up the middle of the field past the 25, and about the 27 is where he goes down. Fargo North 7, Valley City 7. That is at the end of the 1st quarter. 15-7, Jamestown leads here, and again, Red River's up 14-0 on Wahpeton. 2.5 minutes left in the first quarter. First down and 10 for Central as they start their third offensive drive. One real big play for the Knights so far. That was the pass from Lamont to Simmers for 42 yards. It's Simmers in motion from left to right. The junior, former tailback, now receiver. Lamont, snap, quick throw, bubble screen, left side. Simmers gets the reception, trying to get out far side of the field, and Walters does enough to track him down and push him out of bounds at about the 35. Pickup of 7. We'll call it 8 for Simmers on his 5th catch already. Lamont with 5 completions, all to Simmers. 5 for 8 so far for Dylan Lamont. Second down and 2 for Central. Left hash at the 35-yard line. We'll check in with the second member of our crew in just a moment. I formation for Central. Go under center. Lamont back to pass. Throws it left side up into the air. Walls turned around, got his right hand up, and able to do enough that the officials won't throw a flag here. Pass was intended for Leo Strandell, and now we head down to the field. Right down on the field is the second member of our crew, Kevin Gall. How you doing, KG?
Doing good, Jaron. It's a very good atmosphere here tonight. Our Blue Jays, they're playing very intense. I mean, down here on the sideline, there's nobody being quiet. It's all about intensity, and we'll see here what happens. But our defense, I think, can hold them, and this is a big third down right here.
Third down and 2. Lamont goes hard count, and Jamestown jumped into the neutral zone there. Lucas Mimong was the one who just crossed the nose of the football. That's been one thing for Jamestown today. That's got to be a little bit different. Thanks, KG. It's a 5-yard penalty and a first down now for Central. So there you go. If you're Jamestown, that's the one thing you can circle in this first quarter as the mistake at the moment. 3 penalties all coming on hard counts on the other side for Central. Nice work by Dylan Lamont to cause and induce those encroachments and offsides. In the shotgun, Lamont with Hakey to his left, 2 receivers that side. Snap gets away from Lamont. Ball is on the turf. Jamestown picks it up. Harstead has it, and the Blue Jays will have it inside the red zone. Harstead, second week in a row, he's been on the receiving end of a turnover for the Blue Jays. So Harstead with a fumble recovery at 2 minutes and 12 seconds in the first quarter. Harstead had the interception last week against Fargo North, and now Jamestown up 15-7 already. They have it first down and 10 from the Central 19-yard line. Braun, the tailback, to the right of Hochhalter. It's a pass for Jamestown. Throw towards the pylon and just over the outstretched arms for Jackson Walters. Coming to the near side of the field where we're situated. And Walters unable to come down with it. Hochhalter just his 3rd pass so far. And Jamestown's been running the football pretty effectively in the early going. I just wouldn't be shocked to see Braun get the football here for the Blue Jays on second down and 10 from the 19-yard line. You know how Jamestown feels in this situation. You got to feel like it's 4-down territory, especially in playoff games. Second and 10, roll out right side. Hochhalter will try to throw it out for Braun, and that was just a last-ditch effort there for the Blue Jays, so Hochhalter didn't lose 8 yards. Third down and 10 for the Blue Jays. So third down and 10 at the Central 19-yard line. Empty set here for Hochhalter. Central fans get a little louder on the far side of the field. Hochhalter back to pass. Pressure coming right side. He'll roll to his right, evade the pressure. Hochhalter back across his body for Aiden Braun, who's in! They'll shake their heads and rule him down at the 1. It looked like Braun got detoured after he crossed the white line. Officials coming together It is a touchdown. Aiden Braun with a touchdown catch from 19 yards out. And the Blue Jays score on 3rd down and 10. Braun, 19-yard reception, his second touchdown. And the Jamestown offense has come to play today. 21-7 Blue Jays. Still a minute 55 to go in this first quarter. Sarah Sletto to attempt the point after. Yeah, Braun got across the white line and then got bumped back and along the right side. He fell outside of the end zone, but that ball had already crossed the plane. Sletto point after. It's a low line drive, but that'll work. Sarah Sletto is 2 for 2, and Jamestown is up 22-7. 1 minute 55 seconds to go in the first quarter. Number 2, Jamestown, the reigning state champs, flexing their muscle a little bit. 22 unanswered for the Blue Jays. 30-second break. Back with more postseason football after this on KNOX and 107.1 in Jamestown.
This is Clint with RM Stout. It's been a long road, but the auto industry is beginning to turn. We've noticed an uptick in new lot inventory. It's been years since we've seen this many new vehicles on the lot. With more new vehicles available, prices of used cars have and will continue to decrease, with nearly 100 used trucks and SUVs to choose from here at RM Stout. If you still don't find what you're looking for, we can special order one of our 35 new car models within our 6 brands. I'll let you do the math, but from what I can tell, we have plenty of options for you to upgrade your ride at RM Stout for the best value.
Back at Hansen Stadium, Jamestown 22, Central 7, 107.1 here in Jamestown, KNOX in Grand Forks, and our Jamestown 107.1 Sports YouTube page. Gelberg, nice kick, goes inside the 10-yard line. Simmers fumbles it back to the 2, and Jamestown can't wrap him up inside the 5. Simmers will sneak his way up towards the 10-yard line. Not great starting field position, but that could have been disaster for Grand Forks Central. Instead, they'll get the football at right about the 10-yard line for this 4th offensive drive for the Knights. What a start for Jamestown offensively after Central marched down the field. Simmers in the end zone on a 4-yard touchdown catch after a 42-yard reception for Simmers down the field on a 3rd down and long. Set up the touchdown. Since then, defense has looked a lot better for the Blue Jays. Here's the shotgun for Lamont. Design QB run. Preston Gall and Jackson Walters get to him after a keeper of about 2 yards. So Lamont will rule him down after a gain of 1.5 yards. 2nd down and 8 for the Knights. Ball on the right hash of their own 9-yard line. Still a minute and a half to go in this first quarter with Jamestown leading 22-7. Back in the shotgun, Hakey to the left of Lamont. 2 receivers either side of the formation. Lamont back to pass, look left side, pressure coming towards him. He rolls out to his right, evades Bo Nelson, and then just chucks this ball away. So Lamont flushed out, throws it away. Number 1 Fargo South is up 7-0 on Dickinson. That game in the first quarter. Again, North and Valley tied at 7. Red River 14-0 on Wahpeton. Davies 22, Legacy nothing at the half. Century is beating West Fargo Cheyenne 14-0. That game is at the half. Wow. Number 8 Century, number 1 Cheyenne. You knew if the Patriots got in, they were going to cause some trouble. Shotgun for Lamont. 3rd down and 8. Back to pass. Pressure right up the middle. They got to Lamont. Throw is up in the air and picked off by Hochhalter. Jamestown with another turnover forced. This time it's Hochhalter who intercepts it at the 30-yard line. Blue Jays will have it 1st down and 10 from the Central 25. 1:02 to go first quarter. Jamestown got the Harstead fumble recovery with 2:12 to go in the quarter. Now, a minute and 10 seconds later, after scoring a touchdown, they create another turnover. Looking to hang 4 touchdowns in the first quarter. In the shotgun, Braun to the left of Hochhalter. Delayed handoff, Braun, open space. Straight up the gut, and Aiden Braun picks up 10 yards, and that'll move the chains. Wow, Jamestown looks like a different animal right now than we've seen this year. Trying to play for 4 full quarters. That's what Coach Nelson has been emphasizing. feeling like this side really hadn't played 4 full quarters yet this year. This could be the final play of the first quarter. A long opening quarter. Trips to the left, Walters single receiver right side. Hochhalter keeps designed run to the left, and Kuznia is going to stop him after a gain of 1 or 2. And that should be the final play of this opening quarter, unless Jamestown wants to be aggressive. Torgerson also in on the stop. 15 seconds. Jamestown looking to the sideline. The Blue Jays are going to walk off the field with a first quarter lead of 22-7. Jamestown will have it second down and 9 from the central 15-yard line when we return to Hansen Stadium in 30 seconds here on 107.1 and KNOX.
New CNA wage. You could start at $21.25 per hour at SMP Health Ave Maria. Join our friendly team of healthcare professionals with no mandatory overtime, a 1-to-7 staffing ratio, paid time off, and excellent benefits including 401k. And wait, did we mention the $5,000 sign-on bonus for full-time CNA positions? Apply online at smphealth.org/Ave Maria. Again, earn $21.25 an hour starting at SMP Health Ave Maria of Jamestown. Apply at smphealth.org/Ave Maria.
AM 1400 KQDJ Jamestown and 107.1 K296 HH Jamestown.
(22-7). Jamestown leading Central at the end of the first quarter of play. Blue Jays have the football at the 15-yard line. Second down and 8 upcoming. Legacy trails Davies 22-0, but Century 14-0 over West Fargo Cheyenne at the half. And that game being played at Cheyenne. They're the number 1 seed, 8-1 on the year. They beat Century already once this season, but you just can never let a team with so much tradition like that get into the postseason because they know how to win. Empty set for Hochhalter. 4 receivers to the right. Gall is single receiver on the near side. Empty set, Hochhalter takes the snap, looks left, goes right, pressure on him, he evades it, run up the middle for Hochhalter to the 10-yard line. Flag flies, and we may see a chop block here potentially on Jamestown. In the area of holding, there are 2 flags actually on the field. Well, maybe these be offsetting, although they're both marked off at the 15-yard line. That was a second down play for Jamestown. Blue Jay offense starting to move back. We'll wait for an official call. It is holding on Jamestown. The hold is charged to Ethan Gall. So the Blue Jays back up. Place the ball just past the Blue Jay eye at the 25-yard line here at Hansen Stadium. So out of the red zone, second down and 19 upcoming. Back to the empty set for Jamestown. Just 7 seconds gone in the second quarter. Hochhalter takes the snap, look left, pressure right up the middle, didn't get to him. He bounced off of it. Hochhalter rolls left, throws up in the air for Jorison, and incomplete. Houdini, Peyton Hochhalter, found his way through traffic, bounced off a tackler, and incomplete pass, but still, Jamestown will live with that as opposed to third down and 30. It'll be third down and 19. Jamestown at the central 25-yard line. Probably got 2 plays here. You're the Blue Jays on offense to try and do something. You're just in no man's land right now. Back in empty for Hochhalter. Motion across the formation. Screen set up the middle for Walters, tapped up into the air. Jackson makes the catch, and then he's going to be wrapped up after a pickup of 3. Blue Jays were fortunate that ball wasn't turned over there. High traffic area on the tight end screen. Fourth down and 16 for Jamestown. 11 minutes, 45 seconds, second quarter. Not sure why the clock is stopped right now. That was a play that went down in the middle of the field. Back to the empty set for Jamestown. 4 receivers left. Walters to the right. Hochhalter looking at potential pressure. Central brings 4. They're going to lob it in the end zone. Walters right side, catches it. 12th touchdown of the year for Jackson Walters. This one comes down on 4th down, and the Blue Jays score again. 22-yard touchdown catch for Jackson Walters, and it's all Jamestown here in the first half. 6 plays, 25 yards. Blue Jays scored their 4th touchdown of the first half, 28-7 Jamestown. And now Sarah Sleto to attempt the PAT. Snap and hold are good. Sleto puts it through the uprights once again, and Jamestown now leads 29-7 with 11 minutes and 36 seconds to go in the second quarter. The Blue Jays will kick it back to Central after this 30-second break here on the Gym and KNOX.
Why choose professional eye care centers? 3 great reasons are Dr. Frank, Dr. Freilich, and Dr. Jangula. 3 of the most educated professional optometrists you'll ever meet. Next is their great selection. Have they got frames? Over 1,000 pair for you to try. So many on hand you'll want a pair for every outfit. And yes, all of their frames and lenses are backed up by warranty. Visit proeyecarecenters.com and make an appointment today in Valley City, Jamestown, or Carrington. Professional eye care centers, clearly the best.
29-7, Jamestown leading Central with 11 minutes and 36 seconds to go until the break. Glad you're with us here on 107.1 and KNOX, as well as our Jamestown 107.1 Sports YouTube page. Jelberg boots one away. Simmers will watch it bound down. Jamestown had a chance to try and recover that football, and Jorison was bumped out of bounds. The football goes out of bounds, and now good starting field position for Central. Be first down and 10 for the Knights, who have to get something going offensively because Jamestown has scored on all 4 of their offensive drives. 11:36 second quarter, 29-7, Blue Jays in front. Five-yard penalty. Central is going to make Jamestown re-kick the football. Interesting. So Louis Jelberg tees it up once again. Simmers deep for Grand Forks Central, as well as Dylan Washington. Well, it actually doesn't appear to be Washington. Johansson deep. This is to the up man, and he'll go down to the 28-yard line. Simmers was trying to run up underneath it, and Harley Marynick, who knocked Jorison out of bounds to get that penalty, ends up catching the football, and now Central will have this possession at the 29-yard line. So they would have had better field position just taking the penalty and on the free kick out of bounds to the 35. Valley City 14, Fargo North 10, 2 minutes and 30 seconds left in the second quarter. 11:30 in the second quarter here at Hansen Stadium, 29-7 Blue Jays. Lamont back to pass, slings it left side, nearly intercepted by Nate Walls. Walls jumps the passing lane on the far side of the field. Central was looking out on that side for Strandell. Instead, it's incomplete. Second down and 10. Jackson Walters with another touchdown catch, his 12th of the year for the Blue Jays. 5 times this season, he scored 2+ touchdowns in a game. Just had an incredible year on both sides of the ball, leads the Blue Jays in tackles as well. Fake the screen right, now they'll come back towards the middle, and Jamestown had it sniffed out. Incomplete from Lamont, 3rd down and 10, and right now Jamestown can do no wrong in this game. 29-7 Blue Jays. They've scored 29 straight after Central scored on their opening drive. Some changes coming for the Blue Jays defensively. Asher Williams into the game. We've seen a lot more of Asher Williams over the course of the past couple of weeks. Injuries part of that, certainly, but he's earned his way onto the field as well for Jamestown. Interested to see if we get Tuakisi Foston back out there as he's back ready to play this week as well. Third down and 10 for Central. Their own 29-yard line, and the Knights before the snap will take a timeout. Their first charge timeout of the first half of play. 11 minutes and 27 seconds to go in the first half. Jamestown 29, Central 7. We will step aside for 1 minute. Back in 1 minute here on 107.1 and KNOX.
The Honda ATV lineup is here to prove it's possible to work smarter and harder. With the power to get the job done, the technology to make it easier, and tried and tested quality to keep you moving forward. Find the Honda ATV that fits your needs at Gun & Reel Sports on 1st Street West in downtown Jamestown. Then you'll start to understand how life is better on a Honda. For riders 16 years of age and older, Honda recommends that all ATV riders take a training course and read the owner's manual thoroughly.
Where do teams go to get their custom printed apparel?
Originals!
Where do companies go to get their corporate logo printed on shirts, caps, and jackets?
Originals, of course.
And where do fans go to get their Blue Jay and Jimmy apparel either off the rack or single-piece prints?
Originals! Originals!
There you have it, folks. For custom printed apparel, embroidery, and work apparel, it's Originals, 216 First Avenue, downtown Jamestown. Open 9 to 5 weekdays. Third down and 10. Lamont takes the snap, moves up the middle. He's got some room, trying to pick up the first down, and he will. Dylan Lamont tucks the football, picks up 14 yards, and moves the chains for Central on third down and 10. Nice work by Lamont. Saw the middle of the field vacated as they tried to run down the field deep. Lamont just says, I'll take this myself, and he gets the 14 yards he needs. He needed 10, picks up 14. First down for Central. Under 11 minutes now to go in the second quarter. We'll have some more score updates for you from postseason football. Just Class A in action tonight, so that's all we've got for this evening. 8 total games, including this one right here in Hansen. Raleigh-Greeno Field. Gall looking to pressure off the outside. Lamont snap, handoff for Hakey. Left side opens up a little bit more, and then Colton Muse drags him down by the ankles. Hakey picks up 7 yards on that carry, and now the Central offense starting to find a little bit of something on this drive as they push it to midfield. Ball at the 50. It's second down and 3. Left hash for Central. The Knights trailing by 3 touchdowns at the moment. Hakey will move out to the right side. 4 men that way. Lamont just going to keep it. Quarterback draw back up the middle. Lamont gets 2 yards. Still short of the marker. It's third down and 1. Harstead in on the stop. 2 turnovers forced by the Jamestown defense in the first quarter, coming just a minute and 10 from each other, and a sandwich touchdown in between for Jamestown as well. 22 first quarter points for the Blue Jays. 7 points here in the second quarter. Third down and 1 for Central. Into Jamestown territory at the 48-yard line. Under center for Lamont. See if he just takes it himself back up the middle. Went hard count. Blue Jays able to stay onside. Now Lamont will keep it himself. He actually, really wise move on the QB sneak. He didn't go and follow his center. He ran into his left tackle and gets the first. 2 yards for Lamont. First down and 10 for the Knights. Again, if you're watching on our Jamestown 107.1 Sports YouTube page, you live here in Jamestown, you live in Grand Forks, or you just may pass through. If you do pass through, make sure that you check out our great sponsors who have made the broadcast possible this evening. JRMC Sports, Orthopedics and Sports Medicine, as well as Johnny B's Brick House and Gun and Reel Sports. Without them, the video stream is not possible this evening. 2 tailbacks under center, Lamont. Play action, throws it up in the air, right side, looking for his tight end, and Hochhalter goes up and gets his second INT of the day. Playing safety back there for the Blue Jays, and Peyton Hochhalter with the interception. 8:44 to go in quarter number 2. A deep ball looking for the tight end. Instead, it's Hochhalter who comes down with it. 29-7 Jamestown, second quarter. I'll go left side on a give for Aiden Braun, and now a flag flies all the way from the secondary. up to where the ball was spotted at the 29-yard line. That official was way back there. Had to launch the flag to get it to where the ball went down. It's a face mask and a 5-yard penalty tacked on to the end of the run. So Braun with a 3-yard carry. You get 5 on top of that. 2nd down and 2 for Jamestown. Ball at their own 29-yard line, but the Blue Jays have scored 29 consecutive points in this game. They lead 29-7. 8.5 minutes now on the clock. Hochhalter on 2, gives to Braun. Follows the center, and Braun's got enough for a first down, 4 more yards. So 1st down and 10 for Jamestown. So Peyton Hochhalter, 2 interceptions today. He's got the rushing touchdown, 2 passing touchdowns, and a 2-point conversion. It's been the Hochhalter show. 1st and 10, their own 33-yard line. Offset is the tailback Braun. Roll out right side, and they'll dump it to him on a little halfback swing route. Braun makes the catch and picks up 12 yards up to the 46-yard line. 1st down for Jamestown. So a gain of 12. 3 catches, 32 yards, and a touchdown for Aiden Braun. Red River 20, Wahpeton nothing at the half. Mandan all over West Fargo at the halftime break as well. 7:54 second quarter. 1st and 10 from the 45-yard line on the right hash. Jamestown approaching midfield. Motion, jet sweep for Jorison to the left side. Try to stretch it out wide. Jorison cuts inside, picks up 10 yards and a 1st down. He's into Central Territory and up past the 40. A gain of 16 on the jet sweep for Tyson Jorison. And a 1st down for the Blue Jays. Don't want to get too far ahead of yourself if you're Jamestown here, but you're looking up at that scoreboard and saying it's 29-7. 2nd quarter. We got a chance to get the clock moving early in this game. 7.5 minutes and ticking. Hochhalter went hard count on the 2nd. He'll follow the tailback Braun and then spin inside. Hochhalter turned into a pretzel there. Picks up 3 for Jamestown. We've seen the vertical on full display defensively for Hochhalter today. Not as much the arm as we're used to seeing. Second down and 7 from the Central 36. Braun to the right, motion left to right for Jorison. Hochhalter back to pass, going to throw deep over the middle. Walters hauls it in inside the 20 and down to the 12-yard line. 24 yards for Jackson Walters on the catch. And Jamestown in the red zone once again. 1st down and 10 from the 12-yard line. So 1st down for Jamestown. Under 6.5 minutes to go, 2nd quarter. Shotgun for Hochhalter, 3 receivers to the right. Handoff is for Braun, up the middle. Aiden Braun straight to the end zone. Touchdown, Jamestown. So Braun, for the 3rd time today, 2nd time on the ground, is in for 6 points. Jamestown will just attempt the point after. So Braun into the end zone. Jamestown 35 unanswered points. PAT upcoming. Central standing up, trying to block it. Sarasletto gets this one up, but pushed it just to the left. So it'll stay a 35-7 ball game. PAT is no good But with 6 minutes and 13 seconds to go until the halftime break, it's all Blue Jays here tonight. Aiden Braun with 3 touchdowns, 2 rushing, 1 receiving. We're back in 30 seconds with the kickoff here on KNOX and 107.1.
Paying your energy bill the old-fashioned way takes a lot of steps, including all those steps to the mailbox. ePay from Otter Tail Power Company is an easier way to manage your account anytime, anywhere, even from your mobile phone. It's free. It's easy. Take the first step. Enroll at otpco.com/epay. Otter Tail Power Company. On for you.
6 minutes, 13 seconds to play here in the first half. Jamestown all over Central, 35-7. Blue Jays in front here on Jamestown 107.1. KNOX in Grand Forks. Gelberg spirals a kick into the air. Simmers hauls it in and tumbles to the 35-yard line. That's where this drive will start for Central. Again, if you're watching on Jamestown 107.1 Sports, our YouTube page, we can't thank enough our sponsors, JRMC Orthopedics and Sports Medicine, Johnny B's Brickhouse, and Gun and Reel Sports for being part of our broadcast this evening and making it possible for us to have this game here tonight. Big thanks to Jet Wharton, who was running the camera for us tonight as well. Could be the final time this year we get to bring you Blue Jay football on our 107.1 Sports YouTube page. If Beck's in the building next week, you can still listen to us on the gym like every week. Lamont in shotgun, Simmers in motion across the formation. High snap, they'll give to Hakey. He runs right side, a little bit of open space for Hakey. Chopped down at the 40. A flag flies in the area of holding, but we saw a face mask in this same sort of spot last time. Coach Nelson seems to think this is in favor of his squad. Central is already backing up. Holding on Central. 10-yard penalty, first down and 20 upcoming. So 35-7 Jamestown leading Central. Davies 22, Legacy nothing, 10 minutes in the third quarter. Century has gone up 3 scores on West Fargo Cheyenne, 20-0 there. Shamley 35-7 on Minot, 7 minutes left in the third quarter. Mandan 27-0 over West Fargo. Shotgun for Lamont, first down and 20 for Central from the 25-yard line. Handoff is for Hakey, and Hakey didn't have a lot of room out in front. He picks up 2 yards as he surges forward. 3 turnovers in the first half by this Central offense. 2 interceptions thrown by Lamont and a fumble, which also will be charged to Lamont. Harstead picks up the fumble, and then Hochhalter with the 2 interceptions. 5:20 second quarter, and Jamestown gets the football to begin the second half. Strandell matched up against Muse on the near side. They'll motion out Johansson, the tailback, empty set. Lamont, pressure coming straight up the middle. Jamestown's gonna get there. Lucas Mimong with the sack. Harstead applied the initial pressure. Mimong cleans it up. Third down and a country mile upcoming for Central. Just under 5 minutes to go, second quarter. Lucas Mimong. Get the head tap from Coach Nelson. He jumped into the neutral zone in the first quarter. He just made up for it there. Third down and 28. Lamont will run in from the sideline to the huddle. Play clock is at 10, and I think Central is going to have to use a timeout here. Looking, and Central will call timeout. 4 minutes, 21 seconds left in the second quarter. Jamestown leading Grand Forks Central in this quarterfinal playoff football game, 35-7. Third down and 28 upcoming for the Knights. We're going to keep it right here on 107.1 as well as KNOX in Grand Forks. We thank you once again for tuning in on our Jamestown 107.1 Sports YouTube page. Gun and Reel Sports, Johnny B's Brickhouse, and JRMC Orthopedics and Sports Medicine. Those great sponsors help us cover the costs for web streams, and they got us on the air for video tonight, so we cannot thank them enough for that. 4 minutes, 21 seconds to go. Second quarter, Valley City 14, Fargo North 10. That game is at the half. 20-0, Red River on top of Wahpeton at the halftime break. Looking for a Dickinson score. There it is. Halftime, Fargo South 21, Dickinson 6. So the teams that are the higher seeds are winning at the break. That Valley North game is the closest one of the bunch. 3rd down and 28 for Central from their own 17-yard line. Lamont back to pass. Pressure up the middle, throw left side, and just nowhere around. Jamestown was able to get to Lamont, force him to throw the football away. 4:15 still to go until halftime, and Jamestown's about to get the football back, having scored 35 consecutive points. We'll catch up with head coach Bill Nelson at the half. KG will be down there with him. I don't think there's going to be a lot of negatives from Coach Nelson. High snap, Wilbur. Punt was blocked. Colton Muse hops on it in the end zone. Touchdown, Jamestown. Colton Muse recovers the blocked punt, and the Blue Jays have gone on top 41-7. Bad snap. Can't really do much if you're Wilbur there. And it's all 3 phases of the game for Jamestown. Count that as a 4th turnover for Central. Point after for Sarah Sletto. 41-7 Blue Jays. PAT is good. 42-7 Jamestown. 42 unanswered points by the Blue Jays. 4:11 to go in the second quarter. We'll step aside for 30 seconds. Back with the rest of the first half after this here on 107.1 and KNOX.
What would life be like without telephones, internet, and digital cable? Let's not even go there. Dakota Central is proud to be the local company that provides you with these high-tech communication options. Whether it's the crystal clear telephone connection, the digital cable that produces over 150 channels, HD and DVR, or reliable high-speed internet, Dakota Central provides it all, serving Jamestown and Carrington and beyond. Call 952-1000, 652-3184, or see them on the web at dakotacentral.com.
AM 1400 KQDJ Jamestown and 107.1 K296HH Jamestown.
Blocked punt. Colton Muse recovers it in the end zone. Jamestown leads 42-7. Let's head back down to the field, check in with Kevin Gall. It's all Blue Jays right now, KG.
Yeah, Jaron, the punt block and touchdown by Colton Muse was kind of the dagger, I think. This one is total domination. Coach Frank and Coach Schwans are dialing up some good defenses, and they have no answers. They can't run the ball, they can't pass the ball, and they keep turning it over. It's total domination by the Blue Jays.
Too many mistakes for Central. Thanks, KG. We'll check in with him, with Coach Nelson at the halftime break. 42-7 Jamestown, 4:04 to go, second quarter. Glad you're with us here on the gym and KNOX in Grand Forks. Blue Jays will more than likely, with the way scores have situated themselves in the first half, face Grand Forks Red River here next week. But that will just depend on how things shake out. And now we get the play clock running. 42-7, Jamestown up by 30, but no running clock until the second half. So Lamont in the shotgun set. Hakey is to his right, rather Johansson. Quarterback run with Lamont. He goes straight up the middle. That's been the most effective thing they've done on the ground today, is Lamont keeping the football. Pickup of 8 yards. 2nd down and 2. Central is just ready to see halftime right now. Try and reset. I mean, you can't really do anything to reset here. It got out of hand a little bit too quickly at the end of the first quarter. 15-7, Jamestown forces the turnover, got plus field position, convert on it pretty much right away, and then they get another turnover 70 seconds later, and then they score on that one too. That was kind of the beginning of the snowball. 2nd down and 2, Lamont throws left side, caught by Barta, and he's met immediately by Nate Walls. Loss of a yard on the reception, and Nate Walls flying the football. 3 minutes and counting remain in the second quarter. 42-7 Jamestown. 2 minutes and 50 seconds left in the second quarter. 3rd down and 3 for Central. Approaching midfield, still on their own side of the 46. Preston Gall coming with pressure. They'll screen it left side. Lots of open space for Hakey as he makes the reception into the open field across the Blue Jay 40 and up near the 30-yard line. Nice play there from Lamont. They set up the screen and a pickup of 25, a first down for Hakey. That catch by Barta, then the catch for Hakey. The first 2 receptions for Central that had not gone to Simmers today. 2:15 second quarter. Knights 1 timeout left. They're at the Jamestown 33-yard line on the left hash. In the shotgun. And now Coach Nelson before the snap calling timeout for the Blue Jays. 2:08 to go, second quarter. Timeout for Jamestown. While we have the time, let's again check in on the other scores from across the area here this evening. Halftime, Red River 20, Wahpeton nothing, Valley City 14, Fargo North 10. Other scores, South up 21-6 at the halftime break on Dickinson. Shanley 42-7 on Minot. That game is into the fourth quarter. Davies 28-0 over Legacy, and Century 20-8. 4 minutes left in the third quarter, so West Fargo Cheyenne has finally woken up on the offensive side in that game, but the Patriots still on top by 2 scores. That game being played in West Fargo and would be the biggest upset of the night, certainly, no matter how things shake out tonight. Even if Dickinson comes back, I don't think anything would be more surprising than Century, who went 3-6 this year, going to Cheyenne and beating the Mustangs, who were 8-1 in the regular season. 2:08 to go, second quarter, first down and 10 for Central. From the Blue Jay 33-yard line. And a false start on the right side of the formation for Central out of the timeout. They were trying to go hard count. Jamestown did move, but they were induced into the neutral zone. Back up the Knights 5 yards, first down and 15. Can't thank you enough again for joining us on the Gym in Jamestown, KNOX in Grand Forks, our Jamestown 1071 Sports YouTube page, wherever you are across the country, tuning into Blue Jay football this evening. Big thanks to Jet Wharton, who's running the camera for us, who's run the camera all year long in the past 2 years while we've had these streams available. Shotgun on first down and 10. Lamont, quarterback run, back up the middle, and he's taken down at the knees. Nice solid tackle there for Colton Muse. That's how you draw it up. That's how you teach it. Pickup of 6 yards for Lamont, and we are under 2 minutes to go until the half. Central needs a score here more than anything, because if they don't score here, Jamestown's going to get the football to start the second half, and there's going to be a running clock, and it's going to be running. 42-7 lead for the Blue Jays. Pressure coming, Lamont again, quarterback run, and Jamestown read it this time. Bo Nelson and Jackson Walters meet Lamont at the line of scrimmage. No pickup for Lamont. It's third down and 9. Starting to get a little bit more crisp here in Jamestown. It is the end of October after all. We were blessed with the warm weather today. Sun goes down and it's a little bit chillier up top. Final 60 seconds of the first half. In the shotgun for Central, Lamont. Johansson in the backfield. And we've got whistles again, and Central got moving too early. False start. And this time it's on the receiver, Simmers, for getting started too early. So 52 seconds left until the halftime break. We'll keep you up to date with all the scores across the area at the half. Look forward to what's on tap this weekend from your i3G Sports Media team, and potentially next week as well. 2 receivers right, 2 to the left. Third down and 13. Lamont on the snap, looking left side. Chucks it up in the air. He's got an open receiver, hauled in, and Nate Walls knocks the ball out of bounds, out of the receiver's hands. Strandell with the catch. And a nice play there on that far side for Central. Some blown coverage by Jamestown. And a pickup of 31 yards from Lamont to Strandell. 28 seconds left, second quarter, as Lamont will try to get this ball into the end zone for the Knights. Johansson, the tailback. Central, one timeout left. Lamont on two, quarterback run, left side. He barrels forward and gets in. 4-yard touchdown rush for Dylan Lamont. And Central will keep themselves in this game a little bit more than what they were before that. Funky setup for the point after, looking to see if got any sort of advantage. Do not. And now Wilbur lines up for the PAT. 23 seconds left until the halftime break. Wilbur's point after is through the uprights. 42-14, Jamestown leading. That stops 42 points in a row from the Blue Jays in this first half of play, after Central used up the first 5 minutes of the first quarter, went up 7-0. Jamestown, after that, has controlled this game, but a touchdown for Central keeps things in the realm of possibility, because that running clock will not start immediately to begin the third quarter unless Jamestown drives down and scores to go up by 30. (42-14) Blue Jays lead, 23 seconds remaining in the second quarter. Wilbur tees it up. Jamestown with Braun and Jorison back deep to receive. We may see an onside kick here from Central. We could definitely see an onside kick to start the second half. It's the little things you got to keep in the back of your mind if you're Jamestown as this game continues. You got to feel great with where you're at, but still go finish. Wilbur kicks it away. Inside the 5, Braun fields it. Running right side of the field, Jorison gets him a block. Braun in open space to the right side, cuts to the Central sideline. Aiden Braun, another nice return across the 45. There is a flag, though, back at the Jamestown 34. With 11 seconds left in the second quarter. Don't think Jamestown's going to be trying to do anything offensively anyway in this situation, but the penalty will probably make that even more the case. This is a penalty on Jamestown. You may as well just take a knee and go into half. Block in the back on the Blue Jays, so they'll go back from the 34-yard line to the 24, and now that should be the signal just to take a knee. Let's go into half. We played a great first half if you're Jamestown, and get set for that first drive of the second half to try and score and end the game is really what it'll feel like with the running clock. Hochhalter in the shotgun. Braun is to his left. Motion from Preston Gall. They'll give Braun one carry here just to see what he can do with it. It's just a pickup of 3 yards to end the first half of play. But what a first half it was for Jamestown. Complete and total domination for the Blue Jays for 24 minutes. It really felt like here today. Jamestown 42 unanswered points in the first half and a 42-14 lead at the break for the Blue Jays. Kevin Gall is down on the field with head coach Bill Nelson, and the Blue Jays got to be a happy coach at the halftime break. Well, and
hey,
now
we got Bill down here.
Aiden Braun is limping a little bit.
He's just looking at Aiden here.
We'll make sure that Aiden's okay. He'll jog off to the other side.
I expected a very competitive game here tonight, and the first half doesn't show that. I think Grand Forks Central is a very good team. What was the difference? Obviously turnovers, but what do you think?
kids are playing hard. We're making plays, and we talked about all week long that we need to go ahead and we need to start fast. And they went down and they scored right away, but our kids resilient. They answered the call and been doing a nice job the whole game.
Putting pressure on and big play with the reverse or fake reverse to get us going. Don't want to talk about negative things, but two big pass plays are kind of the negative things. Otherwise, it's been total domination by Jamestown.
It's just we talk about stepping on the throat. It's you get that momentum, you want to get the mo, you keep the mo, and you keep going, you keep going, keep going. You got to smell blood in the water. We had a great half of football, but it's only half. It's still 0-0 right now, and get the ball second half. We need to sharpen some things up.
Okay, good luck in the second half.
Thanks.
Grand Forks has got some good players. They're capable of making some plays here, and we got a big lead, but hopefully we come out right away in the second half and set the tone.
Yeah, certainly, as Coach Nelson said, they're talking about 0-0. Let's go step on the throat in the second half. Thanks, KG, and thanks to Coach Nelson for catching up with us at the halftime break. At the end of the first half of play, it's Jamestown 42, Central 14. Blue Jays have the football to start the second half of play. We're going to take a 3.5-minute break. When we return in 3.5 minutes, we'll have your halftime stats in this one. Look forward to the second half of play and across the state of North Dakota with quarterfinal football on this Friday evening. 42 unanswered points for Jamestown in the first half, and it's a 28-point lead at the break for the Blue Jays. Back in 3.5 minutes with your first half stats after this on 107.1 and KNOX.
Hey, this is Sean from the Jamestown Country Club. Thanks for a great season, the largest turnout ever for the FCCU Labor Day Classic. Congratulations to our champion, Brian Meyer. With that said, the Country Club is still open and enjoyable for great fall golf. Come out and enjoy a nice cool round of golf and a cold beverage before the season ends. And it's never too early to think about next year's season. The Country Club is offering memberships already, and make your purchase before October 31st. You'll receive 5 free guest passes.
You don't really want that hurry-up, bought on the cheap, not sure what I got insurance coverage. Good, because Farmers Union insurance agents do things just a little different. We'll work with you personally for home, auto, business, or farm insurance and tailor the exact coverage plan you need, because we're not satisfied until you are. Different, you bet. Farmers Union Insurance. Simply different.
Good luck to the Blue Jays and Jimmies from your local Farmers Union agent, Steve Benyon.
Not all products underwritten by Farmers Union Insurance.
This is Clint with RM Stout. It's been a long road, but the auto industry is beginning to turn. We've noticed an uptick in new lot inventory. It's been years since we've seen this many new vehicles on the lot. With more new vehicles available, prices of used cars have and will continue to decrease. With nearly 100 used trucks and SUVs to choose from here at RM Stout. If you still don't find what you're looking for, we can special order one of our 35 new car models within our 6 brands. I'll let you do the math, but from what I can tell, we have plenty of options for you to upgrade your ride at RM Stout for the best value.
New CNA wage. You could start at $21.25 per hour at SMP Health Ave Maria. Join our friendly team of healthcare professionals with no mandatory overtime, a 1-to-7 staffing ratio, paid time off, and excellent benefits including 401k. And wait, did we mention the $5,000 sign-on bonus for full-time CNA positions? Apply online at smphhealth.org/Ave Maria. Again, earn $21.25 an hour starting at SMP Health Ave Maria of Jamestown. Apply at smphhealth.org/Ave Maria.
There's only one place to go when you need to fill up. Your hometown Cenex store Superstop. Whether you're filling up with gasoline or beverages or snacks, you can be sure that you will get helpful, energetic service. That's because Cenex stores are locally owned with a long tradition of serving communities in this part of the country. And they sell high-quality gasoline and diesel fuels that you can depend on. Cenex, our energy comes through. Get a Superstop gas discount card and receive 3 cents off with every fill-up. Superstop, North Jamestown.
No matter where you live, you should have access to high-quality health care. Jamestown Regional Medical Center's orthopedic and sports medicine team offers care for hips, shoulders, knees, and toes. When an injury occurs, teams need care quickly. That's why the JRMC orthopedic team promises same-day and next-day appointments. Schedule direct at jrmcnd.com or call 952-4878.
Jamestown Regional Medical Center will never stop building for you.
How are you doing? Really? How are you doing? Are you taking the time to check in on you? a real check-in. Scheduling a wellness visit is an easy way to take care of yourself. At Essentia Health, we want to know how you're doing. We want to help. Whether it's face-to-face or a virtual appointment, the right care is waiting for you. We'll listen, assess how you are, and get you back on track. It's always good to check in. Care like nowhere else. Essentia Health. Schedule online at essentiahealth.org.
AM 1400 KQDJ Jamestown and 107.1 K296HH Jamestown.
KQDJ in Jamestown, KNOX in Grand Forks. At the halftime break, Jamestown 42, Central 14. The Blue Jays score 42 unanswered points after an opening drive touchdown for the Knights, who are in the playoffs for the first time since in the past 15 years, 2007. But it was all Jamestown in the first half of play. Let's take a look at your first half stats for the Blue Jays. 62 yards rushing and 2 touchdowns for Aiden Braun in the first half on 9 total carries. Braun also had 2 receptions and a touchdown and a total of 33 yards receiving. Other receivers for Jamestown, Jackson Walters with 4 catches in the first half of play. Walters getting up to 80 yards receiving in that first half. Peyton Hochhalter, 6 of 10 through the air, 110 yards. 2 touchdowns passing, 1 rushing touchdown as well. And Hochhalter has created the opportunities on defense for the Blue Jays as he has forced 2 turnovers, 2 interceptions for Hochhalter in that safety spot for Jamestown as well. Tyson Jorson, 2 carries for 22 yards in the first half of play. The punt block for Colton Muse, and then recovering it in the end zone for 6 points was kind of the big swing of things in that first half. Lamont leads the team down the field for Grand Forks Central, though. Gets them into the end zone right before the half, and that stops the bleeding for the time being. Leo Strandell with a 31-yard reception. Jack Simmers, 5 catches, 51 yards, and a touchdown. And Dylan Lamont, in total, 8 completions in the first half of play. Just 100 yards for Lamont in the first half. He threw 2 interceptions, had that fumble as well. Really 4 turnovers for Central, killing them in the first half of play. They had played so much better, really, the tail end of the season, controlling the line of scrimmage, making the plays down the field. But in this one here tonight, it's been all Jamestown for the most part this evening. Touchdown run for Dylan Lamont. He carried the ball 6 times in that first half of play for 26 yards. And the touchdown for Hakey, 7 carries in the first half of play. Got things going a little bit more with those final 4 carries, but still held to just 22 yards on 7 carries in the first half for Central. 42-14, the reigning state champion Blue Jays playing here at home for the 6th time this season. 5-0 at home this year for Jamestown, and trying to make it 6-0. They'll have the football to start the second half of play. It's 33-0 in the third quarter. Grand Forks Red River on top of Wahpeton, so that'll be a running clock in the third quarter as well. As we check on some more scores from across the area, Mandan 27, West Fargo 6, 6.5 minutes to go in the third quarter there. Jamestown on top here by 28. Shanley 42, Minot 14. That's in the late stages of the fourth quarter. Shanley's going to move on. Davies is going to move on as well. They're up 35-0 on Legacy in the fourth quarter. Still the last update from Century and Cheyenne, 20-8. Century leading West Fargo, Cheyenne. Other action going on tonight, District 5 volleyball. Lemoore Litchfield Marion over EKM in 4 sets in the semifinal matchup. District 5 championship on Monday. Thunder Country 98.3. Mandan scores again. They're now up 34-6 on West Fargo with 4 minutes left in the third quarter of play. So the Rough Riders look like they're about to punch their ticket to the semifinals for the second consecutive season. Well, rather, not the second consecutive season. They were here last year in Jamestown for postseason action. That was actually the quarterfinal game. Get everything mixed up. And then North was here for the semifinal game before Jamestown went on and beat St. Mary's in the state title game. Blue Jays taking one step closer towards that direction with the way they played in the first half here tonight at home against Central, holding home turf for Jamestown and hoping that you can just go down the field, score, put 6 points on the board, get the point after, make it a 35-point ball game, and get that clock running, get your defense a stop, get one more touchdown, and just let the clock run in this second half. Stay healthy is a thing for Jamestown, and that Coach Nelson talked about, just trying to stay healthy, and the healthiest that at least he feels that they've been since week 1. We saw Aiden Braun a little bit gimpy, but he ran down to the other side of the field. You don't expect him to come out of this game by any means. On the other side for Central, you just got to find a way to get a stop to start the second half of play. You've got to get a stop first and foremost. You cannot worry about anything else, scoring anything else, until you get that first initial stop. Once you get that stop, then you can start to try and build things from there. But the most important thing is find a way to slow down this Jamestown offense on that first drive of the second half, because if you don't, it may be too late, and that's something that Central certainly is going to be worried about when it comes to the second half of play. Blue Jays will get the football to start the second half. We'll return in 3.5 minutes with second half action between Central and Jamestown. The number 2 Blue Jays all over the Knights at the halftime break, 42-14, Jamestown in front. Again, 3.5-minute break, and then we're back with more quarterfinal action in the 11A playoffs. Reigning state champs on top by 28. Back in 3.5 minutes here on KQDJ and KNOX.
Hey, I heard you're having knee surgery soon.
Yeah, I'm not looking forward to the recovery, and I have no idea where to go.
In North Dakota, we can go wherever we want for physical therapy.
Wait, even without a doctor's referral?
Even without a doctor's referral. It's what I did after my knee surgery.
Well, where did you go?
I went to Apex Physical Therapy and Wellness. The staff is so fun, and all of their PTs have their doctorate in physical therapy. My PT tailored my rehab to my specific goals so that I was able to get back to doing the things that I love.
To get started on your road to recovery, call 952-2739 for Jamestown or 883-5611 for the Lemoore Clinic.
Where do teams go to get their custom printed apparel?
Originals!
Where do companies go to get their corporate logo printed on shirts, caps, and jackets?
Originals, of course.
And where do fans go to get their Blue Jay and Jimmy apparel, either off the rack or single-piece prints?
Originals! Originals!
There you have it, folks. For custom printed apparel, embroidery, and work apparel, it's Originals, 216 First Avenue, downtown Jamestown. Open 9 to 5 weekdays.
At Unison Bank, we provide financial solutions for customers to meet their needs today and achieve their dreams tomorrow. From personal banking services like checking accounts, mortgage, and auto loans to business banking services, at Unison Bank, we provide financial solutions with prompt responses and quality service. Visit unisonbank.com for more information. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
The Honda ATV lineup is here to prove it's possible to work smarter and harder. With the power to get the job done, the technology to make it easier, and tried and tested quality to keep you moving forward. Find the Honda ATV that fits your needs at Gun and Reel Sports on 1st Street West in downtown Jamestown. Then you'll start to understand how life is better on a Honda. For riders 16 years of age and older, Honda recommends that all ATV riders take a training course and read the owner's manual thoroughly. Johnny B's Brickhouse, famous for their pizza, but wait, there's pasta, and their amazing wings, and fresh ground hamburgers, tasty salads and appetizers too. And for dessert, you can't beat their sweet sticks. Come on out for Tuesday night trivia and live entertainment every Thursday night. The place to be is Johnny B's, smack dab in the middle of Main Street, downtown Jamestown. And remember, for delivery and carryout, call 952-8777. Where do you find the friendliest staff, largest selection, lowest prices, and the freshest produce? Hugo's in Jamestown. But what if you can't go to the store? Hugo's Family Marketplace offers online shopping. You can shop all the departments and all the sales at GoHugos.com. Choose pickup or Hugo's delivery service, and they'll do the in-store shopping for you. Hugo's Family Marketplace online shopping at GoHugos.com.
You're gonna find more low prices, more great stuff when you go to Hugo's.
You're listening to the reigning 11A state champion Blue Jays on Jamestown 107.1.
Jamestown 107.1 and KNOX in Grand Forks. It's 42-14, at the end of the first half of play. Jamestown in front of Central. Blue Jays are going to get the football to start the second half of play, although we may see an onside kick from Central coming out of the half. We're glad you're with us here on the Gym and KNOX, as well as our Jamestown 1071 Sports YouTube page. Gun and Rail Sports, Johnny B's Brick House, and JRMC Orthopedics and Sports Medicine. Without those three great sponsors, this broadcast would not be possible here this evening. Central to tee it up from the right hash. It's gotten chillier as we've made our way throughout the evening. 21-17, Valley City leading Fargo North. That game is in the late stages of the third quarter. We've dipped down here in Jamestown to 51, although it doesn't feel like that. Feels like 48. Wind out of the north at 10 miles per hour. This is a kickoff away. Aiden Braun fields it at the 10-yard line and rushes towards the right hashes. Now cuts to the Grand Forks Central sideline. Braun with another strong return for Jamestown. First down and 10. 38-yard line is where this Blue Jay offense will start. And with the exception of the one play that Jamestown ran at the end of the first half, the Blue Jays scored on every offensive drive that they were on in the first half of play. 5 total offensive drives minus that one play. So 6 drives, 5 touchdowns. Braun will come off the field. Robertson is the tailback. In the shotgun, Robertson carry left side, his first touch of the game. Goes for 4 yards. Second down and medium upcoming for Jamestown. Again, key to success for Central right now is finding a way to get a stop. It's the most important thing this moment in time. Get a stop on defense before you can think about doing anything else. Robertson to the left of Hochhalter in the shotgun for Jamestown. Preston Gall motions to the right, and the Blue Jays are all out of sorts on offense right now, so a timeout called for head coach Bill Nelson before this second down and 6. 11 minutes, 13 seconds remaining, third quarter. 42-14, Jamestown leading Central. Quarterfinal action, postseason football. And the Blue Jays trying to punch their ticket in the semifinals for the second consecutive year. Maybe more of a concern right now for Jamestown is how Aiden Braun is doing. Talking with the athletic training staff. That's why Robertson is in the game. So back to the shotgun for Jamestown on second down and 6. Out of the timeout. Robertson, the tailback. Hochhalter will roll to his left, looking to pass out. He's going to huck it down the field for Nate Walls. In stride, Walls with the catch into the end zone. Touchdown, Jamestown. Peyton Hochhalter to Nate Walls. 58-yard touchdown for the Blue Jays. First reception for Nate Walls today. And the first completion of the second half will start that running clock for Jamestown. Blue Jays 48, Central 14. And that big time pass to Nate Walls. Sledo's point after. Twirls in between the wickets. 10 minutes, 29 seconds left in the third quarter. Jamestown 49, Central 14. 30-second break. More third quarter action after this here on 107.1 and KNOX.
When it comes to farm equipment, there's no such things as an inexpensive repair, and there's no downtime. That's why it pays to get the Cenex Total Protection Plan warranty. It gives you unsurpassed coverage with no deductible for up to 10 years, 10,000 hours. Plus, you'll be protecting your equipment with Cenex premium fuels and lubricants. You can even get the Total Protection Plan for your used equipment. Contact Gary at Creative Energy in Jamestown, your certified Cenex distributor today.
49-14, Jamestown leading Central with 10 minutes and 29 seconds to go in the third quarter. There will be a running clock after this kickoff. Red River 40-0 over Wahpeton. Kickoff, Simmers lets it bounce. This will roll inside the 10 and then go out of bounds inside the 10-yard line. So kickoff out of bounds. Central made Jamestown re-kick it earlier. They're just going to take it at the 35 this time. And the Blue Jays defense takes the field for the first time in the second half after a fumble recovery, 2 interceptions, and a blocked punt that ended up in a touchdown. Valley City up by 4 on Fargo North. As Central has it 1st and 10. You can listen to the Valley game on KOVC with Ryan Cunningham. Lamont, shotgun, design keeper here, and that's been the best thing that Central's been able to do on offense. Lamont keeps for 7 yards. 2nd down and 3. Harstead on the stop defensively for Jamestown. 2nd down and 3 upcoming for the Knights. In the shotgun, Simmers, the receiver on the right side. Pressure from Preston Gall. Lamont is going to keep again, and then he runs into Jackson Walters after a gain of a yard. So a gain of 1, 3rd down and short upcoming. 3rd down and a yard for Central. So they gave him the full 8 yards on that first carry. Central 3rd down and 1 from their own 44, and it's got to be 4-down territory for the Knights because you're down 49-14 with a running clock. Blue Jay defense looking for a big play here on 3rd and 1. On the 44-yard line, Central takes the snap. Lamont drops back to pass. He's going to throw down the middle of the field. He's got an open receiver hauled in. Barta makes the catch, and he'll go inside the red zone down to the 10. So a big pass down the field from Lamont to Barta. They connect for 53 yards. Math a little bit off there. 46 yards on the completion. But that's a huge, huge play for Central. All the way to the Jamestown 11-yard line, and they got a chance to stop this running clock once again. 49-14 Blue Jays. 8:25 third quarter. Motion from Barta. Lamont rolls left. Looking to throw downfield. Now he's just going to throw it out of bounds. Problem is, that's not going to stop the clock in this situation down by more than 30. So not a bad thing for Jamestown. As long as you keep Central out of the end zone, it's all good for the Blue Jays. They can get to the 1-yard line for all you care as long as you keep them out. Under 8 minutes to go, third quarter. Central trying to move with some urgency here. 2nd down and 10, right hash at the Blue Jay 11-yard line. 2 left, 2 right in the receivers. Hakey in the backfield. Lamont on 2. Will take it himself up the middle. Lamont driven down after a pickup of 4. Again, seems to be the most effective thing Central has done on offense here tonight is letting Dylan Lamont just keep the football and run straight forward. Bo Nelson on the stop. Third down and 8. Ball at the Jamestown 8-yard line, so really more 3rd and 7 here. Again, 2 receivers either side of the formation. Muse coming on pressure. Lamont lofts it into the end zone. Tight coverage from the Blue Jays. Braun in coverage against Strandell. Incomplete. 4th down and 7. Central going to have to go for it. And this could be the play that really does put the nail in the coffin for Jamestown. If the defense can get a stop here and the offense goes down and scores, it's just so hard to try and get that clock to stop once again. Bill Nelson trying to get the Blue Jay student section fired up. 4th down and 7 from the Jamestown 8-yard line. Lamont in the shotgun. Give to Hakey, pitch around right, looking to throw back to Lamont. Little Philly special works out, and Lamont with a touchdown reception. Barta to Lamont. And that'll stop the clock at 6:15 in the third quarter. 8-yard touchdown reception for Dylan Lamont. 7 plays, that big pass play, and now they're going to go for 2. Lamont trying to back up, throw it in towards the end zone. It's picked off by Walters and cannot return it on the 2-point conversion. So it's 49-20. Jamestown leading Central. 6 minutes, 15 seconds to go in the third quarter. We'll step aside for 30 seconds. More postseason football is coming up after the break here on KQDJ and KNOX.
Before you can start building a business, you have to build a business. You know, a building, a storefront, a facility, new or addition. Problem is, you're too busy taking care of business. You don't have time to meet with a planner, a contractor, and suppliers. But if you wait any longer, you're going to start losing business. Enter Hillerud Construction. They're in the business of building business. Quality commercial construction saves you time, stress, and money so you can get on with your business. Visit hillerudconstruction.com.
We thank all of you for joining us on our Jamestown 1071 Sports YouTube page, as well as here on KQDJ in Jamestown, KNOX in Grand Forks. Central with a Philly special. Barta to Lamont on the 8-yard touchdown. Fargo North has taken the lead in the fourth quarter, 24-21, North in front of Valley. So 49-20, Wilbur boots this one away for Central, and after the 2-point conversion attempt was no good for the Knights, now if you're Jamestown, you go down and score here. You could again think about going for 2, trying to stay up 30 no matter what. Lots of things got to unfold before that. Kick into the air. Braun takes it in at the 10-yard line. He'll run right side of the field and will give off for Tyson Jorison. Jorison into the open field, but we got a block in the back coming. This one's going to come back as Jorison gets across the 35. Jorison's going to take it all the way to the house, but this one is probably coming back for a block in the back. 88-yard kickoff return, but looks like this one is coming back all the way to the 20. When you go end around, it's so tough for the guys that are trying to maintain their blocks not to hit somebody in the back. So an 88-yard kickoff return for Tyson Jorison. It's a hold. Jackson Welters tagged on the hold. 10 yards from the spot of the foul, first down and 10 for the Blue Jays. An exciting play, but as soon as I saw the flag come out and where it was thrown, you just knew that was coming back for Jamestown. That must have been the block that sprung Jorison out into the open space. Although he did make a couple of would-be tacklers miss as he crossed the 40 in Central territory. So first and 10 from the 19-yard line for the Blue Jays. Their own 19-yard line. Robertson is the tailback. And he gets the carry. Right side, back up the middle, now bounce it out to the left towards the Jamestown sideline. Robertson stays on his feet and picks up 8, almost 9 yards on the first down carry. Second carry for Robertson. This one is good for 9 yards. Other side of the field, Zach Kuznia just hobbled off for Central. Second down and 1. Hochhalter taking his time with the play clock winding. Hand to Robertson. He's got the first down up to the 30-yard line. A pickup of 2 yards, and the Blue Jays will move the chains. Again, a good game brewing. Valley City tonight between the Highliners and Fargo North. Spartans leading by 3 points in the fourth quarter. You can listen on KOVC. We've also got statewide TV with Beck. You can tune in there. Less than 5 minutes to go, third quarter, 49-20. Jamestown leads Central here on 107.1 KNOX and our Jamestown 107.1 Sports YouTube page. In the shotgun, Hochhalter. 2 receivers right. Design QB run to the left. Hochhalter finds the hole and open space across midfield and out of bounds for Peyton Hochhalter. It's a pickup of 20 yards and a first down for the Blue Jays. Whalen escorts Hochhalter out of bounds. First down, Jamestown, 4:28, third quarter. Blue Jays are across midfield onto the Central 48-yard line. Clock stopped with Hochhalter going out of bounds. Jamestown on 1st and 10. Hit the big play to Nate Walls earlier. Jet sweep for Jorison to the right side, and he's going to be stonewalled near the line of scrimmage. May have fallen forward enough for a yard for Jorison on his third carry today. 2nd down and 9. But again, clock moving once again for the Blue Jays. Gotta feel good if you're Jamestown. This has been their best offensive performance of the year. You think about everything and the teams they've played. This is a very good Central team that won 3 in a row to get here into the postseason. 4 wins, first time in the playoffs in 15 years. Robertson on the ground, spins to his left, and then falls forward to the 44-yard line. He picks up 3. Third down, and we'll call it 5 upcoming. Torgerson on the tackle. Sam Schleppitz into the game on offense for Jamestown. Senior wide receiver and defensive back. He'll line up in the trio bunch to the left side with Walls and Preston Gall. Walters the receiver to the right on 3rd down and 5 for Jamestown. The Central 44. Hochhalter with pressure coming. Evades it to his left, throws it back for Walls, and just missed his target. Incomplete pass for Hochhalter, just the second pass he's thrown in the second half. And Jamestown to punt on 4th down and 6. Deep return man is Whalen for Central. Stands inside of his own 10-yard line. Hochhalter will field it off the snap from Heinley at the 42. Steps up to the 45, right foot into the air, angles towards the sideline. Whalen fumbled it, and then Central able to pick it up. Williams right there on the tackle at the 10-yard line. Central and Whalen probably should just let that ball bounce and carry him out of bounds. He tried to make a play, and Jamestown almost got another turnover. Nice work from Asher Williams to get the tackle and make sure there was no return. First down and 10 from Central's own 10-yard line. The Blue Jays 49-20 on top of the Knights. Lamont. 2 receivers either side. Again, design run for Dylan Lamont. And he picks up 3 yards. Final score, Grand Forks Red River 40-7 over Wahpeton. So if Jamestown holds on here, the Blue Jays will be hosting Red River next week. 2nd down and 7 for Grand Forks Central. Knights will come out of the huddle. We'll check in with Kevin Gall in just a moment. Clock winding to 2:20. Lamont. Snap, run again, left side for Lamont, up to the 15-yard line. They'll push him forward to the 16 for a 3-yard carry, and we're down on the sideline with Kevin Gall.
Yeah, Jaron, what you're seeing from our defense quite a bit, and it's been effective, is Colton Muse will come out and play the number 1 receiver. He's an outside linebacker usually, and he reroutes the receiver. I call that an overhang. That's the football term I know. And then Preston's doing it a little bit on the other side, and it's disrupting their passing game, and and giving them trouble.
They've been right on top of those receivers. That was something that Coach Nelson talked about with us before the game as well. Thanks, KG. Lamont, little play action pass. Rolling left side. He's going to try and run for the first down. Muse hits him on the sideline. Did he keep him short of the line to gain? It'll depend on the spot, and they're already pushing the chains forward. I'm a little bit shocked that the official didn't put the football down at least to see where that was spotted right at the 20-yard line. They'll give him the first down. Colton Muse taking Lamont out of bounds. Fargo North is now up by 9 with less than 4 minutes to go in the fourth quarter. 30-21, North leads Valley City. Minute 32, third quarter here in Jamestown. 49-20, Blue Jays lead the Knights. In the shotgun, Lamont again dropping back to pass. Bo Nelson coming on top of him. Throw is up into the air and out of bounds for Lamont and Central. Live to see another down, 2nd and 10 upcoming. Again, Grand Forks Red River victorious. Try to get you some more scores here from across AA and single A football quarterfinal action in the state tournament. Bismarck Century is going to do it. Patriots 27, Cheyenne 8. 90 seconds left fourth quarter. Unbelievable. The upset of the night, Century over Cheyenne. Fargo South beating Dickinson 21-6 in the third quarter. Davies moving on to the semifinals with a 35-7 win over Legacy. Lamont on a keeper. Picks up 4 yards following his left guard. 13th carry for Dylan Lamont tonight. After he carried the ball just 6 times in the first half, he's carried it 7 times in the second half already. That's all in the third quarter. 1 minute left, third quarter. 49-20, Jamestown on top. Third down and 6. We'll see if Central tries to stretch the field here. That's what they've been doing in these situations. Lamont, play action again. Gonna throw it deep. Left side, jump ball. Simmers goes up, but he was out of bounds when he made the catch. And Central's got to be careful on that far sideline. They were chasing after the official, was that coaching staff. And it looked like Central may have wanted the pass interference call on Meisner. So Central didn't love it, but that'll force the Knights to go for it here on 4th down and 6. 43 seconds left in the fourth quarter, and the Knights will take a timeout. We'll take the break with them. 30-second timeout. Jamestown leading 49-20. We're back in 30 seconds with the rest of the third quarter here on KQDJ and KNOX.
No matter where you live, you should have access to high-quality health care. Jamestown Regional Medical Center's orthopedic and sports medicine team offers care for hips, shoulders, knees, and toes. When an injury occurs, teams need care quickly. That's why the JRMC orthopedic team promises same-day and next-day appointments. Schedule direct at jrmcnd.com or call 952-4878.
Jamestown Regional Medical Center will never stop building for you.
49-20, Jamestown leading Central with 43 seconds left in the third quarter here on KQDJ and Jamestown KNOX in Grand Forks. Red River has moved on, a win over Wahpeton, and they had the clock running in that game in the second half. Century, it's a final 27-8 over West Fargo Cheyenne. The upset of the night in Class A football is Bismarck Century. 40-7, Grand Forks Red River over Wahpeton. Fargo North beating Valley with 4 minutes to go by 9 points. 43 seconds left in the third quarter here. 49-20, Jamestown leading Central. 4th down and 6 for the Knights from their own 24-yard line. See if they design something with Lamont. He goes hard count and a flinch by the receiver for Central. Trey Kuntz, the wide receiver and tight end, flinches. 5-yard penalty. It's now 4th down and 11. And you have, again, you're Central. It's the playoffs. Everything is on the line. Your season is over if you don't win this game. You just have to go for it here, even though you're backed up to your own 19. See if you can throw it deep down the field and beat Jamestown. That's where the success has been, the deep ball today for Central. 4th and 11 from their own 19-yard line for the Knights. Lamont back to pass, pressure on him. Muse gets the throw off. Jamestown nearly picked it off. That's okay. It's incomplete. They'll get better field position because of it. It's a turnover on downs by Central, and the Jamestown offense takes the field with 37 seconds left in the third quarter and a chance to go up by 30 once again before the fourth quarter starts. Would think, though, if you're Jamestown, you just run the ball here, take this 29-point lead in the fourth quarter. Jorison and Walls to the left side. Hochhalter with Robertson to his right. The 19-yard line, start in the red zone for Jamestown, and Robertson on the first carry gets 3 yards. 5th carry for Robertson today. All 5 carries have come in this third quarter. Hochhalter looking at the sideline, and Jamestown content to let this clock wind down to the fourth quarter. 49-20, Jamestown leads Central at the end of the third quarter of play. Blue Jays will have the football inside the red zone at the 17-yard line. 2nd down and 8 upcoming for Jamestown as they try to get the clock rolling once again into the fourth quarter. It's all Blue Jays here tonight. 49-20, Jamestown leading. We're back in 30 seconds with fourth quarter action here in the quarterfinals of the Class A playoffs.
Two Rivers Printing is your local source for anything printed on paper. As a full-service print shop, they offer quick print services for all kinds of posters, flyers, and business forms. They also print banner signs, invitations, cookbooks, thank you cards, and more. They can also do wide format printing in matte, gloss, blueprints, and vinyl. With decades of experience, you know it will be done quickly and done right. Call Two Rivers Printing at 251-1266 at the end of 10th Street in Jamestown.
AM 1400 KQDJ Jamestown and 107.1 K296HH Jamestown.
KQDJ Jamestown, KNOX in Grand Forks. 12 minutes on the clock here in the fourth quarter, and the Blue Jays have run away with this one today. 42 unanswered points for Jamestown in the first half, and now they're inside the red zone. 2nd down and 8 upcoming. The Central 17-yard line. Jaron Matheny, glad you're with us here on KQDJ, as well as KNOX and our Jamestown 107.1 Sports YouTube page. Almost 1,500 viewers here tonight, and couldn't be possible without our great sponsors, JRMC Orthopedics and Sports Medicine, Johnny B's Brick House, and Gun & Reel Sports. Start of the fourth quarter, 2nd down and 8. Jorison motions. Hand to Robertson. He follows his tight ends up the middle. Robertson carrying forward to the 12-yard line. Picked up a 5 as Whalen gets the tackle. 3rd down and 3 upcoming. And again, Jamestown, if you reach the end zone here, you'll get that running clock once again. Even a field goal gets us to that point. Fourth quarter action. 3rd down and 3. Hochhalter will keep it himself, follow his tailback Robertson to get the first down, and then he rolls down inside the 5. Pickup of 7 yards for Hochhalter. 1st down and goal for Jamestown. Barta gets the tackle. Clock winds, or should be winding. That's what the officials are trying to do, is get the clock moving again. So we go down to 11 minutes to play. Robertson, the tailback. Walters motions to the left. Give to Robertson. Tries to bounce it out wide to the left side. A little stiff arm. Robertson just shy of the end zone. And a nice tackle on the far side of the field for Grand Forks Central's Tristan Raymond. Raymond got off a blocker on that left side. Nate Walls was all over him, and Raymond found a way to stop Robertson just short of the end zone. It's a gain of 3. 2nd and goal at the 1. Big bodies are in. Hochhalter, empty set. Hochhalter charging forward, and he got popped. No gain. That's the one thing you worry about is a situation like that. Hochhalter just getting run into as he's trying to run forward. That's why they go under center more often times than not with your quarterback. Try to sneak it. 3rd down and goal from the 1-yard line. Again, empty set for Hochhalter. Rolling right side, trying to cut in, nearly taken down. He just throws it away at the last second. It was a dangerous pass. Incomplete. And now 4th and goal. I think Hochhalter's saying, like, guys, you're hanging me out to dry a little bit here with the last 2 play calls. 4th down and goal from the 1-yard line. 9:47 4th quarter, 49-20. Blue Jays lead the Knights. Can Grand Forks Central make a stand on 4th and goal? In the shotgun, Robertson is the tailback. Hochhalter gets the snap, gives to Robertson. He's got nowhere to go, and Central with a big stop from the 1-yard line. It's a loss of 4 yards for Robertson on the carry. And Jamestown, you know you want to run the football there. Everybody knows it. You just couldn't quite get it. Fourth quarter, 1 minute to go. Fargo North leads Valley by 2 points now. That game's on KOVC. 1st and 10 for Central from their own 5-yard line, under center for Lamont. And Jamestown may have jumped early. Oh, looks like a false start instead on Central. So back them up half the distance to the goal. So it is a false start on the Knights. Half the distance to the goal. 1st down and 13 upcoming. 9 minutes, 40 seconds left in the 4th quarter. Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification. You're listening to postseason football on KQDJ and KNOX.
Your home for the Jamestown Blue Jays. AM 1400 KQDJ Jamestown and 107.1 K296HH Jamestown.
1st down and 13 for Central from their own 2-yard line, and this time it looked like Jamestown jumped into the neutral zone. Encroachment on the Blue Jays. 1st down and 8. As the ball moves up to the 7-yard line. Well, a couple things to work on for the Blue Jays defensively looking forward to next week would be neutral zone and the encroachment area, and then the deep ball. Those are the 2 areas of focus you'd have to think for this Jamestown defense. Back under center for Lamont. 1st down and 8. Handoff right side, and Jamestown into the backfield and a loss of 2 yards on the carry. And now a flag flies at the end of the play. Colton Muse on the stop. It's a loss of 2 on the run, and now we may have a personal foul coming against either Central or Jamestown here. This is a dead ball foul from the looks of it. Unsportsmanlike conduct on the Central offense. Kuznia is charged with the unsportsmanlike penalty. 2nd down and 12 upcoming. So 2nd down and 12 for Grand Forks Central. That'll wind the clock after the run. Joe Hansen is in the backfield with Lamont. 3 receivers left, 1 to the right. Lamont fakes the run. Quick pass left side, complete for Barta. And Barta's got the 1st down up to the 20. That's a gain of 17 and a first down for Grand Forks Central. The Highliners season is over. Valley loses 30-28 to Fargo North. It is a final. Valley, the number one team, done. Number one team for the tail end of the season, moved all the way down to number 4, and now Fargo North defeats the Highliners 30-28. North more than likely headed to face South next week. Bo Nelson on the tackle, 5-yard carry for Lamont. Jamestown is going to be waiting on Grand Forks Red River when things are said and done. And now a timeout for the Blue Jay defense. 8.5 minutes left in the fourth quarter. Jamestown 49, Central 20. Lamont, a couple of nice carries. That's been the main source of offense. And the touchdown scored here in this second half. Philly special, Barda to Lamont for the 8-yard touchdown pass. We'll step aside for 30 seconds. Back with more fourth quarter action after this here on KQDJ in Jamestown, KNOX in Grand Forks.
This is Clint with RM Stout. It's been a long road, but the auto industry is beginning to turn. We've noticed an uptick in new lot inventory. It's been years since we've seen this many new vehicles on the lot. With more new vehicles available, prices of used cars have and will continue to decrease, with nearly 100 used trucks and SUVs to choose from here at RM Stout. If you still don't find what you're looking for, we can special order one of our 35 new car models within our 6 brands. I'll let you do the math, but from what I can tell, we have plenty of options for you to upgrade your ride at RM Stout for the best value.
49-20, Jamestown on top of Central with 8.5 minutes to go in the fourth quarter. If you missed it, it is a final. 30-28, Fargo North defeats Valley City in the opening round of the playoffs. Lamont, shotgun, second down and 6. Again, runs it himself towards the middle. Jamestown had that one figured out. Lamont just back to that line of scrimmage, and it's third down. So no gain for Lamont. University of Jamestown football team has played their final game here at home this season. The Jimmies are on the road at Dordt tomorrow. And they'll have a week off before traveling to Mount Marty to round out their season. Chance for Jamestown still to get to 5 wins on the year. And of course, when you win the paint bucket, things are pretty good. In the shotgun, Lamont under 8 minutes to go. He'll drop back after faking the run. Roll to the right side. He's just going to try and keep it himself again. Lamont running downfield. Walters meets him. Shy of the marker from the looks of it. Oh, they gave him enough for the first down. Wow. 5-yard gain for Lamont is just enough for the first down. That's his 16th carry today. That's what they've done. He's run the ball. Flag flies on 1st and 10. Lamont avoids pressure, then nearly lost the football, and now Walter's going to bring him down, but before he goes down, he throws it away. We'll check the flag. This game's gotten sloppy all of a sudden. .7:22, fourth quarter. Illegal substitution on the Blue Jays. It's a 5-yard penalty. It'll be 1st and 5 for Central. I wonder if Jamestown had 12 men on the field there, and that's why we see that penalty. 1st and 10, 1st and 5 for Central from their own 34-yard line on the right hash. Lamont fakes to the run, drops back, screen right side, now over the middle. They'll complete to Hakey. Hakey gets 6 and the first down. Hakey, that's his 4th catch. Again, Central, 2 timeouts left. Jamestown with 1 timeout remaining as we go down to 7 minutes to go. Lamont back to pass again, throws over the middle of the field. Kuntz on the reception. There is a flag as Kuntz taken down inside Jamestown territory at the 40. We'll check the marker. Defensive holding is the signal. So Kuntz with his first catch. It's going to pick up 20 yards. Move the chains. First down and 10 for Central at the Jamestown 40-yard line. Clock runs once again. Dickinson has cut it to a 12-point game. As Lamont again drops back, throws over the middle for Kuntz, who makes the catch across the 30. Kuntz back-to-back receptions. This one goes for 11 yards. Lamont, 4 straight completions. First down for Central. So 1st and 10 Central. Well, it was a 12-point game. That was with 11 minutes left. South has now gone up 38-12 with less than 2 minutes to go on the latest update. Thrown away by Lamont. 6:18 to go, fourth quarter. 49-20 Jamestown. Central with second down and 10 from the Jamestown 29-yard line. So some final scores. South is going to move on. North defeats Valley 30-28, and Grand Forks Red River going to come here to Jamestown next week as they win over Wahpeton. Century with the upset of the night, 27-8 over West Fargo Cheyenne. The Patriots, the number 8 seed, knock off number 1 in the reigning state champs. Davies moves on, Mandan moving on, and Shanley moving on. Motion left to right. Fake to Simmers. Pressure on Lamont. They'll come back to the screen. Nice setup play for Barta, who nearly got the first down. We'll see where they mark it. They'll call it a gain of 9. But it is third down. 5 straight completions, though, for Lamont. And now a timeout for the Blue Jays. Midway through the fourth quarter, 49-20. Jamestown leading Grand Forks Central. Knights are driving once again. Third down and 1 from the Blue Jay 20-yard line. We return to Hansen Stadium in 30 seconds here on KQDJ in Jamestown, KNOX in Grand Forks.
Why choose professional eye care centers? 3 great reasons are Dr. Frank, Dr. Freilich, and Dr. Jangula. 3 of the most educated professional optometrists you'll ever meet. Next is their great selection. Have they got frames? Over 1,000 pair for you to try. So many on hand you'll want a pair for every outfit. And yes, all of their frames and lenses are backed up by warranty. Visit proeyecarecenters.com and make an appointment today in Valley City, Jamestown, or Carrington. Professional eye care centers, clearly the best.
49-20, Jamestown leads Central. We are midway through the fourth quarter here on KQDJ in Jamestown, KNOX in Grand Forks, our Jamestown 1071 Sports YouTube page as well. JRMC Orthopedics and Sports Medicine, Johnny B's, Brickhouse, Gun and Reel Sports are presenting sponsors of the video feed. Without them, this broadcast not possible tonight. Well, Jamestown just has 6 minutes to get off the clock here today. No timeouts should be remaining for the Blue Jays. It says 1 still on the scoreboard. Third down and 1. Lamont's going to throw it right side. Really soft coverage. Simmers on the catch, scoots inside the 10-yard line, down inside the 5 before he's wrapped up. He had 10 yards of space around him. Jamestown just gave up that first down. Lamont's 6th straight completion. Pickup of 18. And the first catch of the second half for Simmers. First and goal from the 2. Lamont, left side, chucks it, corner of the end zone, and Lowe looking for Strand out. 5:37 left in the fourth quarter. 49-20 Blue Jays. Second down and goal from the 2 for Central. Jamestown had it at first and goal from their own 4, and then second and third and goal from the 1. Fourth and goal from the 1, couldn't get in. See if the Blue Jay defense can come up with the same sort of stop. Would venture that Central may think about going for 2 again. 2 tailbacks. Lamont going to pitch it inside. Nice design play, but Jamestown was all over it. Lamont to Barta, but it actually lost a yard. Third down and goal from the 3. It's the second time today Barta has had a catch for negative yards. It's not his fault either. He just hasn't been set up in good situations. Barta does have a touchdown pass. In the Philly special, the only points for the Knights here in the second half. Jamestown's lone points came on a Hochhalter to Walls 58-yard touchdown. Third and goal from the 3-yard line. Lamont rolls to the right side. Pressure coming from Jamestown. Walters on top of him. Throw to the end zone. Knocked down by Hochhalter. And it's 4th and goal. See if this Jamestown defense can get a stop here and let the Blue Jay offense take care of the rest of this game. It's been over since halftime. It just is more of a running the rest of the time off this clock. 4th and goal from the 3. 2 tailbacks for Lamont. Takes the snap, rolling right side, pressure on him, throws back to his left, but he threw it low for Barta, incomplete. Jamestown forces the turnover on downs. Central moved the ball from the 5-yard line all the way down to the 3, but the Blue Jay defense holds when it matters the most. 4:43 left in the 4th quarter. Jamestown is a couple of first downs away from winning this one. Moving on to the semifinals for the 2nd consecutive season and trying to get to the Fargo Dome once again. Shotgun, Hochhalter gives to Robertson, right side, Robertson, nice move. It'll look like actually, see if that's 2-4 or 3-4 in the backfield. It is 3-4, Robertson for 4 yards, 2nd down and 6.
For the Blue Jays.
Robertson's 9th carry. The Blue Jays, again, if you're Hochhalter here, slow down. There's no reason to be rushing. Play clock still at 13. Play clock now at 10. Jamestown using the time. Snap, Robertson gets the carry, stumbled forward. Lost a yard. It's 3rd down and 7, less than 4 minutes to go, 4th quarter. 49-20 Blue Jays. We'll have Kevin Gall down on the field with Coach Nelson to wrap up a Blue Jay victory once these final 3.5 minutes tick off. Hochhalter going to pass on 3rd down, throws behind Walters. And now Jamestown will have to punt it back to Central. Just the 4th pass of the second half for Hochhalter. South 38, Dickinson 12. That is a final. So 3 teams have moved on. South will face North. Next week, 1 versus 5. Red River will come here to Jamestown. Hochhalter, punt, may have been partially blocked. Will hop out of bounds at the 39-yard line of Jamestown. We do have a flag. See if Hochhalter got roughed. Be enough for a first down. If it's roughing, it's 15. If it's running, it's 5. Then it would be 4th and 1. From the looks of it, it appears to be running. And Jamestown will repunt. It is running into the kicker. 5-yard penalty. 4th down and 1. And Hochhalter to boot it away again. And now hoping this time that he can get a clean right foot on it. Must not have been tipped. Just awkward off the side of his foot. Hochhalter stands in his own end zone. A little bit of a high snap. Gets the kick into the air. Not a great one again. And it'll bounce out of bounds right about the same spot. He picked up 2 more yards. It'll net for 3 less yards, but still worth it for Jamestown. They run 4 more seconds off the clock. Ball at the 41-yard line of the Blue Jays. 1st and 10 for Central. 3:16 to go, 4th quarter here on KQDJ and KNOX. Jamestown 107.1 Sports on YouTube. Blue Jays, if you missed it, went down 7-0. Nice 5-minute drive for Central to start the game. Felt like they really had brought it today, and then Jamestown stepped on the gas, and that was it. They scored 42 unanswered before the half, led 42-14 at the break. Just 1 touchdown per side here in the second half. 49-20, Blue Jays lead it. 3:16 to go, 4th quarter. Lamont will drop back to pass on 1st and 10 from the Jamestown 41-yard line. He throwing right side, diving down and making the catch at the sticks for a 1st down. Nice little completion there. Bryce Philpott hauls it in. Philpott, gain of 10. 1st and 10 for Central. Under 3 minutes remaining. Lamont, quick snap. Left side and dropped on the near side of the field. Tristan Raymond, the intended target. Central getting their seniors out onto the field. 2nd and 10 for Central. Well, the preseason number 1, Jamestown, feels like for the first time this year, really played a full game. And the way you play in the first half kind of helps it get a little bit more inducive, more relaxing in the second half. Lamont just going to take off with it, far side of the field. Scampers out of bounds at the 23-yard line. Will stop the clock. Preston Gall chased him out. It's a gain of 8 for Lamont. 3rd down and 2.
Innovate.
49-20, Jamestown leading. We're back with more local sports tomorrow at 3 p.m. Senior night, senior afternoon for Jimmy Volleyball as they take on Briar Cliff. Got a chance to win at least a share of the GPAC tomorrow. Quick throw right side, completion, and up to the 15-yard line. 1st down. Did not get out of bounds, did Bryce Philpott, but his 2nd catch. 1st and 10 from the 15-yard line. Check down with Kevin Gall in just a moment. We forget that there are a ton of other sports going on tonight. Start of the World Series. Lamont drifting back to pass, right side, just has to chuck it up into the air, and it was nearly picked off by Jamestown. 2:21 to go in the 4th quarter. What's happening in the World Series, KG?
Well, hopefully we can get out of this game without anything goofy happening, but just a World Series update here on the bottom of the 6. Astros 6, Phillies 6.
Oh!
Excuse me, 5-5.
Oh, 5-5.
I don't have my bifocals on.
Still, tie ball game. Astros have never won Game 1 of the World Series, so trying to do that at home as they take on the Phillies. Again, we'll check in with KG at the end of the game with Coach Nelson. 2:20 to go, 4th quarter. 2nd down and 10. Lamont pass towards the middle, incomplete. 3rd down and 10. .216 left in the 4th quarter. Red River will be here next week to take on Jamestown. We'll see how things shake out on the video side. If we're not streaming video, you'll still be able to hear us on 107.1. We'll still have Kevin down with Coach Nelson at halftime and post-game and patrolling the sidelines, and we may have some extra special guests next week as well. Something in the works. Lamont motions his receiver Philpott from right to left. They'll fake there, then come back on a little tunnel screen action inside. Jamestown swarms to the football. Barta made the catch, picked up 3, and it's 4th down and 8. 2 minutes to go, clock winding, 4th quarter. Jamestown gets a stop here. They'll be able to run the rest of this game out and officially cap off the night here in Class A on a great opening night of postseason football. 4th down and 8 from the Jamestown 13-yard line. Blue Jay defense looking for one more stop. Down towards a minute and a half to play. 2 receivers either side for Lamont. The senior quarterback drops back to pass, looking right side. Pressure on him, floats it up into the air towards the end zone, picked off by Nate Walls. He'll return it out of the end zone to the 10-yard line, up to the 15. Give Jamestown some breathing room, and that'll be all she wrote tonight. Central took care of the football here in the second half with that lone exception right there. But that'll be the 3rd interception thrown by Lamont tonight. He had the fumble, and then Jamestown got the punt block. Blue Jays took care of the football tonight as well. And you add it all up, may as well be +5 in that turnover margin. Noah Meisner runs across the formation. Hochhalter with Robertson beside him. Minute 19 to go, 4th quarter. Don't think Central's going to be taking any timeouts here. Robertson carries left side. He's going to pick up the 1st down, and that will be all she wrote. Robertson picks up 13, and Jamestown is going to be headed to the semifinals in Class A for the 2nd consecutive season. 1st down for Jamestown. Central will not call timeout. Blue Jays will need to run one more play. Hochhalter waiting. Walters to his right, Meisner to his left. Robertson is behind him as they snap from the pistol for the final knee in this game. Take the snap at 40. Hochhalter goes down to a knee, and that's it. Final score, Jamestown 49, Central 20. The Blue Jays take down Central in pretty dominant fashion here tonight. 42 first half points, 42 unanswered points for the Blue Jays in the first half. Really great game for Peyton Hochhalter. Didn't have to throw the ball a lot in the second half of play. Just threw it 4 times in the second half for Jamestown. And the Blue Jays will host the other Grand Forks team next week. Red River will come to town for the semifinal game against this Jamestown squad. Blue Jays did have a player banged up at the end of things here. Colin Conway may have taken a shot on that final kneel down. But Jamestown gets the win. Coach Nelson walking to the far side of the field to shake hands and wrap this one up, as the Central season will come to a close after the Knights made it to the playoffs for the first time in 15 years. Be unable to go any further from here in the quarterfinals. Dylan Lamont didn't get a whole lot of help tonight. He carried the ball 18 times. Felt like he was throwing the ball all over the place in this game. And the senior gave a heck of an effort. But it's Jamestown who comes out as the top dog this evening. Blue Jays 49, Central 20, the final score. Kevin Gall is down on the sideline waiting for Coach Nelson to go through the handshake lines, and we'll take our time with Coach Nelson here this evening. I know he's going to be a happy guy after the way this one wrapped up tonight. Jamestown headed to the semifinals. Once again, Central season comes to a close, and we'll take a look at the full bracket going forward after we talk with Coach Nelson and wrap this one up here on 107.1 as Kevin Gall standing at midfield with Coach Nelson.
Hey, we got Bill. 4 quarters of football, I think. Total intensity for 4 quarters. It was fun to watch.
It was, we got the job done, but that second half, there was a lot of, you got 2 teams that passed the ball, and we ran the ball pretty well tonight. But it's like that second half, we had some opportunities, and we didn't shut the door on it. You know what I mean? So you're happy with the win, definitely, and you get another game at home, and those are good things. But definitely teachable moments and a lot to clean up, and we get to be home next week.
That's right. That's a fun thing. And, I mean, they held them out of the end zone twice in the 4th quarter. I thought that was a big deal.
It was. I mean, if guys kept fighting, trusting in what we're doing, and you have the first half that we had, and then they came back, and we, like I said, we made a few plays. We'd like to make a few more, but hey, we're moving on and leave it at that.
I don't think I've seen a team screen the ball like Central did. They can run the screens as good as anybody.
It is, and we knew that was going to happen. I mean, there was a lot of screen alerts going on, and we did a good job in that in the first half. And second half, they got us on a few things. But
next week, it's Red River. First time they were here, they didn't have the hiker kid. I'm assuming he's back. What kind of problems do they bring us? Find out on film. Hey, we're at home, Kevin. Last time I checked, we're at home. We're looking forward to it, so it'll be a good battle. Right on, brother. Another playoff game at Charlotte and Gordon Hansen Stadium. We're undefeated at Charlotte and Gordon Hansen Stadium in the playoffs, and we're looking forward to it next week.
Yeah, undefeated this year as well here at Raleigh-Greeno Field. 6-0 now at home this season for the Blue Jays. KG, thanks for your help this evening. Really appreciate it. And you got any final thoughts for tonight? What you saw down the sideline that maybe we couldn't see up top here this evening?
Well, it was just the energy on the sidelines. I think it was impressive. The intensity was there. It was just, the atmosphere in the crowd, it was just something different. I mean, right away in the first quarter, you knew it was playoff football, and the Blue Jays started making plays. And just like last Thursday, I don't know what else you would want to be doing, but being at the football game, it was just a ton of fun.
Absolutely. All right. Thanks, KG, for your help this evening as Jamestown wins 49-20 over Grand Forks Central. 42 points in the first half for the Blue Jays. 42 unanswered points in the first half of play as well. Peyton Hochhalter ends the game 7 of 14 passing for Jamestown. He finishes with 3 touchdown passes, 4 total touchdowns. He actually added on 58 yards to his total. So we've got him down for 168 yards passing today in the win for Jamestown. Aiden Braun, 3 touchdowns in total, 2 on the ground, just 9 carries. And then he had 2 catches and 1 score as well. Jackson Walters with a touchdown catch. The punt block scooped and scored for Colton Muse. Hochhalter had 2 interceptions on defense. Harstad, second week with him, jumping on top of a football. He got an interception last week. It's the fumble recovery this week. Muse with the punt block touchdown. Interception for Nate Walls as well. Yeah, that one ended the game, and Jamestown able to get the win over Grand Forks Central. 49-20, the final score tonight for the Blue Jays. Really valiant performance for Central this evening, but their season will come to a close. So next week, 7 p.m., right here on 107.1, we'll have Blue Jay football against Grand Forks Red River. Rough Riders win 40-7 against Wahpeton tonight. So that game is here on 107.1 next Friday. It'll depend on if we'll have the stream or not. If Beck is going to be here, we won't be able to have the stream. They have exclusive rights. So if Beck's in the building, they'll be streaming on the video side of things. If not, we may be back up top once again next week. But you can always listen to us on 107.1 and newsdakota.com for Blue Jay football. Jamestown winning 49-20 over Central. The Central seniors, certainly a lot of emotions tonight, but sometimes you just got to tip your cap to the other side, and I think that's just what it came down to this evening as Jamestown finally felt that urgency of, hey, we're in a playoff game now. Let's go and play at least 2 full quarters, and they pretty much put this one away after the first 2 quarters tonight. 49-20 the final score. Blue Jays win over Grand Forks Central. Fargo North defeating Valley City tonight, 30-28. North will be at South for the other semifinal game. The upset of the evening, number 8 Century takes down West Fargo Cheyenne. Century will face Davies next week in Fargo. And the other matchup in AA will be Shanley traveling to Mandan for what is potentially the best matchup left in AA, right? Because Mandan's 2, and that would be number 3 will be coming to Mandan with Shanley, and then it's 5 and 8 facing off with Davies and Century. Final score tonight, though, from Hansen Stadium here on KNOX and KQDJ in Jamestown. We thank all of you for tuning in on our Jamestown 107.1 Sports YouTube page. 49-20, Blue Jays victorious over Grand Forks Central. We'll take you back to the stadium.